Fight!
Hello everybody and welcome. I am Ketchup.
And I am Mustard.
You are watching week 1 of season 3 of the Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by ESL. We're finally here. It's been a long time in the work, but we have finally managed to bring this to you guys, bringing the biggest competitive circuit Mortal Kombat X has ever seen. The prize pot of the season 3 finals being double that of season 1 and 2. The quality of play is higher than it ever has been before. We're going to get some good matches this week, and for those that may be new or have just joined us, Mustard, what is the ESL Mortal Kombat X Pro League?
The Mortal Kombat X Pro League is a series of weekly tournaments. There'll be 8 in total, where players from all across the globe can play for up to $1,000 each week. But not only cash, they'll be playing for placement points, which are arguably even more important. Like season 1 and 2 before it, the highest point earning players will be sent to the season 3 finals later this year, where they will play for a chunk of that 200,000 prize, which is absolutely insane.
That's not bad for playing Mortal Kombat X at home using online tournaments. Let's not forget, guys, ESL, the Pro League, is a string of online tournaments. There'll be one every week for 8 weeks, and this is week 1. The players that have found themselves in this top 8 have already given themselves a fantastic head start, especially when it comes to early seeding and other things like that. But we have social media stuff today, but this time around it's something a little bit different. For season 3, you guys are probably used to seeing just us two, right, on the same show, but that actually ends today. We have an extra person with us throughout the duration of season 3. Our partner in crime, we have ESL UK's very own Spike.
That's right. I am your glamorous social media correspondent for today. Thank you very much for having me on the show, guys. It is an absolute pleasure. But what that means for you, MKX community, is that you can tweet us at ESL Mortal Kombat, and you can use the hashtag MKX Pro League to make fun of me, to ask us serious questions, whatever you feel like. We're here to answer those questions, to analyze the gameplay today, and to go through that with you guys at home, which is awesome. So thanks for having me. Not only that, but we have a little bit of a giveaway. This beautiful young man on the front of my desk, known as Scorpion to those at home, a bubblehead, or a wobblehead, if you will.
It's more of a wobble than a bubble.
He does.
We've already coined that phrase.
I shrunk him with my shrink ray. And
he doesn't look very happy about it.
He's really mad. Oh, you're mad, aren't you?
It's because he got nerfed earlier on in the game's life.
That's
He's
true.
not happy about it. He's buff now, though. He's fine.
He's a mad little man. So if you want to win Scorpion, this very cool Scorpion that's on my desk right now, that can go to you and be on your desk within a week. All you have to do is go to esl.gg/MKXS3. esl.gg/MKXS3. So that's the raffle. That's the social. Start tweeting, start talking to us. We really want to hear from you guys. We have got something cool potentially lined up for you. We're just ironing out the kinks right now. But we have the man himself, Foxy Grandpa, maybe gracing us with his presence. The hype spotting winner from this weekend. Guys, you were there. It was pretty cool, I guess, being up in, well, apart from the fact that you're in Glasgow. Sorry, guys, if you're from Glasgow.
We're quite unwell now.
We're very unwell.
The weather was quite I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the weather was quite punishing. I don't know if you can tell that. The city was lovely, though.
But I mean, as usual, the tournament was a great experience. You know, again, huge shout-outs to Versus Scotland, and massive thank you to NetherRealm and Warner Brothers for supplying the £10,000 pot bonus that Hype Spotting did receive. It was a Mortal Kombat XL Cup qualifying event.
Honeybee and Biohazard.
Honeybee and Biohazard
made that trek all the way over to the UK, really making UK history for NetherRealm Games. But Honeybee and Biohazard made that flight all the way over to Glasgow, where they competed. Honeybee taking 2nd place, and Biohazard very, very impressively getting into top 8. And it was fantastic to see, because it really marked a special moment. Obviously, for Vianality, we had ESL's own Godspeed and Brett Beeling that went to Vianality mainly to commentate. And you know, I think it's great to see more people making the trek out rather than just internationals going to America, having it switched around, because there's a lot of money to play in this game now, especially going into season 3 with that 200k pot.
I mean, I think we're having a problem with Skype, so we're not going to go to Foxy. But what is that? I mean, he won both of those events, right?
He won Vianality and Hype Spotting. So not only has he made himself a significant amount of money, he's also secured himself a very comfortable spot in the Mortal Kombat XL Cup
2 spots
finals. Really? Well, I guess, yeah, technically 2 spots. But that will be taking place in Sweden later this year. But we have a Pro League to kick off, do we not?
I think a lot of people are probably on the edge of their seats going, guys, shut the hell up. Give me the games. Tweet me if you did that. How about that? How about that for social media coverage? Going into week 1's bracket, we have basically a mixture of season 1, 2, and 3. You'll recognize some of these names. Maybe you won't. The CIS region, one thing that we may not have mentioned so far, which is a huge deal, is that this time round, we're playing on PS4, which has given us phenomenal numbers. However, also, CIS and EU have now been merged into one league, which is going to give us some very, very interesting top 8s. As you can see here, we have Storm, we have Harry Nightmare, we have players like Sacron, these players that you recognise, but also, because we're on PS4, there are some new players like Jupe and other players like that will give us a really good piece of gameplay. Absolutely.
So, guys, I think actually we do have Skype. Foxy is gracing us with his presence. Mr. Foxy Grandpa, are you on the line?
Yeah, I'm here. You right?
Yeah, mate. How are you doing?
I'm ill from Scotland, but other than that, I'm all good.
Good. And do you have a deep fried Mars bar while you're out there?
Nah, it's not my style.
You're just
Not really
a
Mars bar,
pure
man.
vegan diet for you.
I wouldn't go that
He's eating
far.
crisps right now.
Are you eating crisp? You've got the TV on in the background.
I can hear myself.
well,
So unprofessional.
Are you watching the TV in the background? Turn that, Mum. Turn it off. Turn it off.
Tuning into ESL.
Yeah, that's where you should be. Absolutely. So, Foxy, you just came back from Glasgow. How was Hype Spotting?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty entertaining tournament to go to. Top 8, like the finals day, was really, really well done. It felt like an American major. So,
Well, that's
like in terms of presentation and number of people there and whatnot.
awesome. And you're obviously happy with first place. How did it feel not playing in the Pro League in week 1?
Well, I guess it's kind of. Well, it doesn't put me in a good position at the beginning, but because I need to play catch up.
Yeah. Well, we're sure you're going to
that's
manage
the next
it. Foxy, if you're able, do you mind turning off the... I can hear my sultry tones in the background.
There you go. That good.
Yeah, which, although they're sultry, I don't think the people at home will want to watch them. Tell me a little bit about Season 3. I mean, we spoke a long time ago, Foxy, I don't even remember it, but you said to me, cheers for keeping me in work, Spike, for Season 1 and 2. How do you feel about going to Season 3, and what does that mean for you and your personal journey with MK?
Well, Season 3, like you said, it's another season of work, isn't it? It's all good.
Enough said. Obviously you started with Kung Lao. You were famous for that character, and now Melina is getting known for playing a lot of Melina, and it's working very well for you. Can you tell us a little bit about that change, what that meant for you in learning that character, and how you think that's affected your performances recently?
I think overall, as a character, Melina works better for the way I want to play. She's just better in the neutral, which is pretty much the way I play the game, or would prefer to play the game, and she stops people from doing, like, pressing buttons when they're not supposed to. She forces respect into players that might otherwise play disrespectfully.
Respect the Foxy Grandpa. I totally. We respect the Foxy Grandpa, don't we?
I think we have no choice but to at this point. He's won so much money and just stolen the dreams from so many people internationally. It's kind of
Crusher of hopes and dreams as a Foxy Grandpa. All
But
day, every day. That's what he lives for.
you've always been the second Fox. There's always been another Fox. You've always been the second Fox. Foxy.
No, I'm a grandpa. He's a fox.
And my last question to you as well. Obviously with this season, we've got CIS merged in with the European stuff, and we're on PlayStation 4. What does that mean? What do you think that means for the level of competition in the tournament?
I think it's going over to PlayStation 4 is going to broaden the player base, because I think the majority of people are on PS4 anyway.
Yeah.
And adding in the Russians to the European League is probably a good idea as well, because before they only had 2 opportunities, but they've definitely got more than 2 good players.
Absolutely. And
So-
I think before I let you go, are you looking forward to watching tonight's games?
Yeah, definitely. I'm all for it. I'm hoping for Upay to do well, and Storm. They're not playing each other first, are they? But
I believe
either way,
not.
I'd
No,
like
it's
one
going
of
to be
them
Storm versus Vladdy in your game 1.
All right.
Okay, yeah. I'm hoping for them two to do well.
Brilliant. Foxy, thank you very much.
It's all right, you're welcome.
Have a great evening, and we'll crack on with the Pro League.
Okay, cool. So that is done and dusted. We're ready to kick off a Pro League for Season 3 of Mortal Kombat X. Game 1, we actually have Vladdy 7R from the CIS versus Storm from Austria, who's been rocking this insanely strong Takeda for the longest time. Just to give you guys a little bit of history lesson on Storm while we set this match up. Basically, this guy was the highest placing international player at the Season 2 finals. He was the 4th seed for Europe, but on the day, taking out really good players like Zarakamaka, sending out Biohazard, sending out
Pick of the Hut as well.
Exactly.
Let's not forget
Pick of those
incredible
comebacks
set
he made, and also players like Sacron. Like this guy played insanely well on the Season 2 finals, and to mark the first week of the Pro League, this guy finds himself in yet another top 8. So he's incredibly consistent. But Vladdy 7R, I hear that he is a execution master, and he plays A-less Johnny Cage. Now that is a dangerous mix in Mortal Kombat X.
Well, let's not forget that the last time we heard a player described as an execution master in the Pro League was Zarakamaka in Season 2, and we really don't need to remind you guys just how much damage he did with his Liu Kang. And if we've got A-list, who is an incredibly powerful character right now in the game's current state, and a player that really knows how to really just masterfully do those counters which make him such a problem. Going up against a character like Storm, who again, Takeda, doesn't have the fastest normals in the world, but he does have the comeback potential.
Also worth mentioning, they did actually increase the speed of his low pokes too.
Of
they
course,
actually did increase him quite effectively. I think we might actually be ready to go. Storm has locked into Shiro Ryu Takeda, and Vladdy has locked into A-list Johnny Cage. So we'll see what happens. Should be a really good set. This is Europe versus CIS. What a way to kick off Season 3.
Right, the very first match of the global MKX Pro League is about to kick off. We're going to have Storm versus Vladdy, Shiro Ryu Takeda versus A-list Johnny Cage. They're ready to go right now. We are in the match. Let's go and see how this starts.
Oh, very confident NJP, but didn't quite work out. Vladdy waiting for it and airing that forward 3 all day. And here we go, straight into that Johnny Cage pressure, trying to read that jump out. Nice jump out from Storm, calling that bluff.
Oh, catches him, tries to delay it, tries to bait a throw, but Vladdy doesn't bite. Oh, will not block that though into a nice confirm here. Chunky damage. Storm's going to even this up and have the corner now, but Vladdy has 3 bars of meter. Oh, but he catches a 4-3. Wonderful confirm from Vladdy to keep this going.
I like how he's constantly going in for those launching kicks there, just in case Storm tries to jump. Because Takeda hasn't really got the strongest defensive options, jumping out of pressure is quite a regular thing. However, against A-list Cage, you just can't do it. If he's ready to hit confirm, you're going to get nut punched for doing that.
Oh, tries to go into whiff punish the string, but Storm manages to recover in time. Oh, Vladdy misses the punish though.
That's going to be a full whiff punish though. Storm whiffing it from just out of range. Very unfortunate. Full combo from Vladdy back into restand. Storm has loads of bar. Oh no, he screws up the cancel, but Storm not ready for the punish. Very unfortunate.
Now we see Storm sitting there. Oh, he's trying to break, but hasn't got the stamina. Decides to do it late, takes quite a bit of damage.
That was a bad situation for Storm. I actually think he might have comboed off that trade of the forward 3. A lot of hit advantage on that.
I think Storm's going to have to be really careful here because Vladdy is just playing so well. Oh, wonderful read on the shadow kick as well. This is approaching chip territory, and that will actually be an incredibly fast game 1. Vladdy's going to move up 1-0 in the set already. Wow.
Here's the danger territory, right? Vladdy actually only dropped 1 single cancel in that match, but the issue was that basically Storm didn't punish him for that 1 dropped cancel. Like, now, Takeda hits like a truck when he gets a punish, especially when he's got a bar of meter. Not necessarily because of the combo damage, but because of the hard-to-blockable that he applies afterwards, which Storm is known for rinsing and repeating. So against Johnny Cage, if he is a high-execution character, but the one time he screws up, you have to punish him, and you don't punish him, that sends a message into Vladdy that I am not ready for you to drop. I am so confident in your execution, I'm not ready to punish your mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, to be up 1 game already, I mean, this is the first match of the Pro League, let's not forget, so tension's going to be high. Like, Storm is a seasoned tournament veteran at this point.
He's been
is
under
ready
pressure
for this
before.
sort of pressure, but at the same time, Vladdy really making a really good statement.
Oh,
but
nice
no, that
whiff punish.
Vladdy, I think, fitting himself a little bit too hard, but Storm drops massive damage conversion. Vladdy tries to jump out, but Storm ready to catch him again. It's
a really nice recovery there, catching the jump kick, tries to go for a grab. I mean, down 4 into grab, not really a huge thing, because, I mean, that down 4 is minus on block. Grabbing is quite slow. Nice punish there. That forward 3, such an amazing advancing punisher on those recovering neutral jump punches. Again, in a patch, neutral jump punches on the way up are significantly more unsafe. There's going to be a full hit confirmed from Storm, though. Good amount of damage. That's going to be a good knockdown there. 1 grab will do it. Oh, no, he jumps into the corner. Himself. Yeah, that was a strange hitbox. You can tell Vladdy tried to anti-cross up that, but not quite working out right there. Round 1 to Storm.
And Vladdy does have a break in now, so he's not going to be able to get opened up quite as easily, but goes to the whiff punish. Vladdy just so ready with that forward 3. Storm really needs to just start respecting that when he's in the range.
1-1 pressure will armor break if he gets a good read on the armored reversal. I mean, Takeda's reversal game is very, very slow. Does launch on hit, but very risky, especially against A-list.
Wow, Vladdy is just showing so much patience right now. Every time Storm leaves the ground, Vladdy's just waiting for him to do a normal, and Storm is biting every time, and just like that, this round almost goes to Vladdy. He's having so little meter for it.
Down 2's going to whiff. Vladdy ready for it, and he whiff punishes that with a full combo. Now, this entire set, he's only dropped 1 cancel. You can tell these dash cancel, run cancel heavy characters, when they nail their execution, They're incredibly dangerous. Goes for a
Oh,
restand.
wow. Fortunately for Vlad, he manages to turn the combo drop into a reset, but Storm does have a breaker available.
Oh, nice
that was
read.
nice. Oh, no, just slightly out of time.
No full combo whiff punish from Vladdy though, not very confident. And again, didn't have the stamina to follow up with that combo, had to get a full front dash instead. Oh, and he cross up standing one. I mean, Storm jumping out way too much, really.
Oh, there's that minus frames again. Storm doesn't manage to get anything off it, though.
Very smart, just whiffing the single back two, just in case the whole thing misses. Some last minute adjustments here. Gets the clean jump in. Nice delay into grab. Vladdy ready for some kind of pressure that just didn't come.
But that's what we need to see from Storm. That's the adjustment he needs to make. He needs to start doing a lot more throws, because right now Vladdy is just playing very patiently. He's just sitting there blocking
Nice
and
counter
waiting.
poke, waiting for that moment to strike. Gets
Exactly.
that Meteorburn nut punch.
He's just
Good
waiting.
reversal.
He's waiting for Storm to do something that he can react to, and if Storm just starts throwing, then he's gonna have to start second guessing. Oh no, misses the confirm.
Oh, gets the armored reversal. This is looking really bad. Is he going to hit confirm into Meteorburn? He isn't, but they're still going to go for it. Full combo back into the fatality there, right there. That didn't come out. I wanted to say back into the finishing, but I wouldn't want to get that wrong again, because Mustard doesn't let me get away with any blunders on the mic.
It's almost like I pay attention and just look for it, really.
Look, we're not living in the past. We're talking about the future, which is one more game. Potentially, Vladdy on the verge of really sending Storm home 3-0, playing incredibly well. But you can see these run cancel heavy characters, the second they don't drop anything, they become incredibly hard to deal with. But to be honest, Storm just... I kind of feel like he's jumping too much. I mean, you can't jump out of A-list. I mean, the UK has coined this phrase, J-list. I mean, the second you block anything versus A-list Johnny Cage, you kind of have to hold what comes next. You can't jump out. The hitbox on that forward three is so big, and the hitbox on it is so effective as well. I mean, if you try and jump, he's just going to catch. And as a Cage player, how can you not be ready for a jump out when it's the main thing people try and do to get out your pressure?
But that's what I mean. I mean, especially when you've got the dash cancels available, catching wayward jumps isn't as hard as it sounds at this point in the game. I mean, the execution's quite tricky, but if you've been playing this character for like 10 months, like 11 months, going close to a year, then you know this is going to be easy peasy stuff to you now.
That was a really nice trip guard on that down four from Vladdy, catching the jump from Storm, catches the overhead, catches a second overhead. Now this is looking really bad for Storm right now, just getting completely overwhelmed from start to finish. Oh, ready for the jump, delays it a little bit, but gets tagged anyway. Full combo from Storm, but Vladdy's Johnny Cage sitting on 3 bars of meter.
But
A-list with
fair,
3 bars is danger.
I mean, it got Storm out of the corner, but at what cost? He's basically shown Vladdy that I got out of the corner against against you as Johnny Cage by jumping, and that is death against Cage.
I don't agree with how often Storm's putting himself in the corner. I mean, I know he's trying to get it for to kind of catch Vladdy off guard, but he has corner pressure. That's staggering from Shiro Ryu. That's Meteorburn kunais on hit into full combos, and he's just throwing it all away. Oh, tries to get the whiff there. Interesting
Nice
use
answer.
of the meter. Getting the meter out of Johnny Cage, I mean, that's not all bad. Oh, and the hit advantage on that forward three is so strong.
The thing is, A-list builds meter so fast, I think Vladdy just doesn't really mind. He's going to trade potentially a bar to get out of that setup every time so he doesn't eat max damage.
Oh,
wow.
Man, I don't think those neutral jump punches are doing much for Storm at all. Not working out.
Well, Vladdy's just ready for it, and that was a wonderful anti-air to get out of the corner as well. He was looking for the teleport, and as soon as Vladdy left the ground, he got the opportunity.
He jumps himself into the corner again. I just don't know if I agree with that. He's given up so much space. Oh no, tries to get the reaction teleport, but does it slightly too early. And unfortunately, that is a fully unsafe teleport that Vladdy gets a nice damage corner combo because he did put himself in the corner once again.
Has no stamina, hasn't got to worry about any more cancels. He's got it back now, but oh no, Storm doesn't.
That's it. Game over.
That is game over. Wow. Just like that. What a message to send at the start that this season 2.
Oh, what is that? That was insane.
I actually didn't know that uppercutting the opponent in the corner would actually send them full screen at any point. I thought it was always like uppercut territory, but wow, what a message to send. Newcomer to Season 3, Vladdy, at least to our top 8s, taking out Season 2, highest placing international competitor Storms with complete ease and dominance.
Exactly, I was just about to use that word. Dominance is how I would describe that set completely. I mean, Storm just couldn't breathe, and unfortunately, I personally think he made a couple of defensive errors, where against Johnny Cage, it's not a matter of just trying to jump out of his pressure. I know it worked a couple of times, but that kind of defensive mechanism, it's not going to be the be-all end-all way you escape the pressure. He's going to hit confirm it, he's going to catch the jump, he's going to nut punch you and put you back into the same situation, and you've effectively just wasted and given away that free damage. And Storm, on top of trying to jump out, kept putting himself in the corner for a jumping punch into not even any kind of mix-up at all. Like, I don't know, I think he put himself in the corner way too much and gave Vladdy opportunities that he shouldn't have had, but it is what it is. Storm's going to be going home round 1. Very uncommon for him to do so, but this is Season 3. This is a new start.
But he did bag himself a minimum of 25 points, though, for his top 8 placement. And let's be real, this is week 1. The more points you can get early, the better you will be seeded moving into the rest of the season. So the more points you can get now, the better. But even 25 is going to put you ahead of the hundreds of other people that didn't manage to make top 8 this week. So again, props to Storm. I am absolutely certain we'll be seeing him again at some point in the seasons, moving into the top 8s again, because he was a very consistent player. I'm not sure, maybe it's just a matchup he wasn't really familiar with, but regardless, that was some incredible play from Johnny Cage.
No doubt about it. I mean, we're going to be setting up this next match right now. As you can see in this play right here, the second Johnny Cage got any kind of hit. I mean, that's the strength, and right there, the delay, not even giving Storm the chance to break, waiting for the hit and going for the grab just to reset that damage, and just constantly staying on him. And those run cancel heavy characters, they don't let you breathe. They stay on you the entire game. Plus frames, jailing, if you make a bad read on getting out. I mean, we would see Zarakamaki do this all of Season 2 with Liu Kang. And I mean, has Vladdy shown us that he's another execution-heavy player that is ready to take our league by storm?
But that was some just really good play, because it wasn't
that was no pun intended, by the way, taking it by storm. I didn't intend for that to be as
it begins again.
Godlike as it
We've
was.
got another 8 weeks of that to put up with.
Yeah, sorry guys, I guess that's the one problem. You've got to put up with me for another 8 weeks, but it's all good. I mean, I'll keep making those top-tier jokes.
Speaking of top-tier, can we talk about this backdrop for a second?
It's pretty good, isn't it?
We've got the Scorpion statue, we've got the pit background, we've got the animated flames, we've got all these new desks.
I'm happy with it. We had dry ice and smoke on the bottom of the stage as well. But before we get into our next match, Spike, do we have anything on social media right now, or is it early days?
Absolutely, we do. Udun, or Lord Zrasak, will be disappointed as he was rooting for Storm. It's a shame to see Storm go out so early, especially as a Takeda man myself. And my other favourite tweet is coming as well, is from Oh My God It's Will, says, when did Sheamus stop wrestling and start hanging out at NetherRealm?
Today, my friend.
I have been working out, so thanks, mate. We're going to talk about the competition quickly, so remember to go to esl.gg/MKXS3 if you want to enter the raffle to win this young Scorpion statue here. He's climbing the lantern of truth right there. So
I mean, he's subjectively young, I suppose.
Is he?
Scorpion.
How old is Scorpion?
He's
kind
of endless, really, isn't he? I mean, he got screwed over big time, and he's just been living in eternal struggle ever since. Poor guy. Unless you play the Mortal Kombat X story, and things didn't quite, they weren't as bad as they made out. Someone got their comeuppance. Don't want to spoil it, but the game's been out for almost a year. You've had your chance. Sorry, it is what it is.
I mean, savage.
So we're going into our next game right now, which is, I'm really sorry, we have a player from Cyprus, and as you guys know, I have a nasty habit of butchering some names that I can't pronounce correctly, but I will give it my best shot. We have Jinamunene. I'm confident I mispronounced it.
You guys will see how it's spelled. It sounds right. But I've heard a lot of good things about this guy.
I've heard he has, well, speaking of run cancels, I hear he has an insane Hellfire Scorpion. And also, as far as I'm aware, I actually think this guy's a little bit of a tech monster on the Testumite forums. I mean, I've actually, if my memory serves me well, I've actually seen a couple of his videos about the Hellfire restands and certain armor breaking tech that applies to characters that would normally try and escape your pressure with a safe armored reversal. He found these amazing setups that basically just handled that. If you're going to try and do a safe wake up, bam, take it out, going for the pressure.
But he is actually against Harry Nightmare, who was the most dominant player in CIS for Season 2 without a shadow of a doubt. This guy's cover ops, it was always cover ops on your blade, but he was basically just doing his thing week after week after week, and he was very dominant.
Yeah. Very, very strong during Season 2. I think I believe the first 4 weeks he won the majority of them, and even after week 4 onwards would still bag himself some grand finals and some semi-finals, making himself the highest seeded CIS player. Now that is an accomplishment in itself. Unfortunately, he actually was unable to make the Season 2 finals. We couldn't see that guy play, but I would have loved to have seen him play against these top tier players, just kind of see how he handled, really, because I mean he was extremely dominant in the CIS league, and unfortunately didn't quite get the chance to really show that in the US.
But we will see it if he manages to do well in Season 3.
Exactly.
However, if, much like we saw from Storm, if we see an early elimination from Harry Nightmare, then it is going to be all that harder for him to establish that dominance again, especially considering cover op Sonya is a character we've seen a large amount of in Europe, so it's I'm not saying that CIS players weren't ready for the matchup, but it's definitely a character that Europe has seen quite a bit of. I know we have ISA for demo Sonya tech. We have a lot of that. We have a lot of cover ops Sonya players we've got Mr. Aquari as well, and in the UK we have a few Sonyas as well. So But I've never seen Jina Munene play before. I'm gonna get that so wrong today.
Do we need to kind of maybe shorten it? I don't know. Either way, we'll just refer to it as Hellfire Scorpion because that is the character this guy is known for. We are almost ready to go now, guys. Setting up. These guys are in character select, choosing their mains. I strongly suspect it's going to be Sonya Blade versus Scorpion in the Hellfire variation. Hellfire, actually, Scorpion received some really tiny buffs since the beta, and he's rocking that Injustice skin, which I agree with
I think
massively.
Injustice Scorpion looks better in this game than he did in Injustice.
I
This
think it
skin
fits him better.
It fits him so well in this game.
I agree completely. But I mean, it's a matter of run cancels. Scorpion was significantly buffed in the beta where he was given his old plus frames back on some of his strings, which basically allowed him to just continue block pressure. But they added a gap, an interruptible gap in that string. So it's kind of like take the good with the bad. Tries to go in for a jump kick, gets a cheeky overhead there, cementing in that first hit bonus. But a meter burn reversal from Harry Nightmare, getting rid of that first bar. Oh, that low profiling down 4.
I respect Harry Nightmare already trying to make a start and establish his game by using his only bar on that reversal, but unfortunately he has no bar whatsoever. But Jina Munene is going to sit here with this breaker, but uses a bar on the Waker, but it will get scouted out by Harry Nightmare. Wow, runs straight into the Hellfire, but won't get the combo in time. That's losing a lot of damage.
One of the strengths of Hellfire Scorpion is when they run into that state and they're stuck, they're actually stunned and he gets a full combo. Unfortunately, Jina Munene dropped that and didn't quite get the confirm. Tries to run in with punish, gets the forward 2. I'm not sure if that was a run cancelled standing 2 that didn't come out. That is actually unsafe on block, but I don't know what the punish is. Speaking of punishes, gets a clean jump in. Nice run cancel. And this actually could be the game because he's going to reset, maybe into a grab. No, he goes for the standing 4. Nice run cancel into the back 3 as well, calling the bluff. Harry Nightmare probably expecting grab that just didn't come.
Now this is going to be an interesting match because in Season 2, we were used to seeing Harry Nightmare kind of just do his thing for the most part and basically just do what he wanted a lot of the time. But Hellfire Scorpion's a character that's going to force you to play his game once you're blocking.
50-50. Gets that cheeky 50-50 into full combo knockdown. Only commits into the back 3 now. Jina Munene not really going for those wake-up teleports, and Harry Nightmare might catch onto that.
I like the jump kick into whiff teleport. Probably trying to bait Harry Nightmare into blocking to make him sit there and wait for the punish, but still going to get hit in this blender. Going to end in the corner. This could be the round with one more setup. And wow, there we go. That desperation teleport scouted completely by Harry Nightmare.
I respect the attempt. He was yet to go for a wake-up regular meter burn teleport at that point. And if it hit, he would have been able to potentially start some kind of comeback. And it was highly likely that he was just going to lose the round anyway, so I respect the attempt. Oh no, tries to go for the... I believe that was an anti-cross-up standing 4, but somehow gets the slide. Unfortunate there.
Oh, gets that jump kick. Harry Nightmare probably tried to anya, but missed it. Oh, wow, it was a nice whiff punish, but not a lot of damage at all for his trouble.
Oh, waits for the Hellfire, tries to whiff punish, double dive kick. I wonder if Scorpion can punish that with a forward 3 into Spear.
I have no idea, but we're going to have to see if he doesn't want to just get walked all over by Sonya dive kicks.
That was a nice whiff punish. That was a nice whiff punish. Nice conversion as well, catching it in that max range. Oh, I believe that was some kind of reset attempt. Not into teleport, though. I wonder what that standing 3's been changed to on hit if we go for that reset. Oh, no, catches it, blocks the overhead. Unfortunately, no punish on the 50-50. Catches the anti-cross up Hellfire. Anyway, sorry, guys. Oh, my days. Scotland weather is really getting me.
Wow, but that was a really nice confirm from Jina Munene, just to make sure you get the max damage. But Harry Nightmare will catch a hit, though. Sends him full screen. He is out. Oh, goes to teleport. Wow, risky stuff. But no, the aura will get blocked.
Oh, no, Harry Nightmare doesn't hit confirm into the cartwheel, so it will not be a full combo. That could have been the game.
Now this might come back to haunt him if he doesn't get this hit. Goes in for the whiff punish, but blocks in time. Oh, meter burn spear. Oh, no, doesn't bite.
That was a all or nothing meter burn teleport. I mean, normally, although the meter burn spear is safe, when you block it, you're inclined to think, right, well, I can't punish the meter burn spear, but I can at least go in and get some kind of pressure, you know? And he called the bluff there. He went, well, if I suspect that you're going to try and press a button here after blocking the spear, if the meter burn teleport hits, you've pressed the button and I'm going to whiff punish you for a full combo and win the game. If not, I lose the game. Sometimes it really does just come down to those really hard reads. And unfortunately that just didn't work out. Harry Nightmare is going to take game 1 of the set.
But it's basically just impatience in that sort of situation though. When you're basically saying to someone, I want this match to finish immediately. There was no real reason to do that. I understand the reasoning behind it, but there was no real need to make that kind of risk at that point. You both had a decent amount of health left, about 20 to 30%. It wasn't going to be one-touch death considering how many drops we saw. I don't think it was necessary. So to show Harry Nightmare that I am going to play this aggressive because I just want to end this set as quick as possible could play to Harry Nightmare's strengths because we know he's good at stressing out his opponents.
What a hit confirm there from Jina Munene, catching the Hellfire right there. Hit confirming into standing 3. Tries to go for a reset. Standing 2 is actually +2 now, which basically means that he can move a little bit earlier than Sonya can on block.
I almost feel like playing at this like hyper speed is. Oh no! I mean that's it right there. He's been making amazing reads, and oh no! But
that's the bane of a Hellfire Scorpion player. Unfortunately, sometimes when you try and run cancel, if you screw the input up, you will get spear rather than fireball. I mean, every Scorpion will probably tell you it's happened to them at least once. Oh, gets the trip guard, 50-50, catches the overhead, full combo into knockdown. What's coming next? I'm assuming that was a dive kick whiff that just didn't work.
We are going to need to see Jinamunene start doing a bit more empty jumps so he doesn't get caught by that trip guard so often, because right now he is getting hit by a string almost every time he leaves the ground, because Harry Nightmare is just waiting for him to press a button, and that was a really nice down to Antia. Keeps him in the corner, guesses wrong in the 50-50, and we'll take round 1 of game 2.
Harry Nightmare looking in really solid form right now, but to be honest, Jinamunene is in control for many of the sets, but I feel like he's just giving himself to Harry Nightmare and allowing him to make these comebacks that he shouldn't really have.
Well, it sort of goes back to what I was saying before about the, understanding the aggression, but not really needing to do it.
A very unnecessary string of risks, I think. Gets the grab, once again, down 4. I mean, Harry Nightmare getting hit, no run cancel. I mean, there's a lot of damage on the table that Jinamunene is just not really capitalizing on.
Well, every single Flame Aura on hit should be a full combo, which with Hellfire Scorpion is a chunk of damage. So if you're missing out on that, then you are really sacrificing your damage and making your job a lot harder. Nice throw, puts him back in the corner.
But burn Hellfire? No, he's going to go in, tries to go for the wake up parry, respect the attempt, doesn't work out. Instant jump 1, catching the anti-air right there. Now Harry Nightmare almost has a bar of X-ray, and you know what that means as a Sonya player.
That's parry time. Gets the string.
Oh, catches the anti-air, nice 1-1-4. Catching that Hellfire and punishing it with a full combo. And that would have killed anyway. I mean, so much damage off that conversion, at least 35% into reset.
Now, this is a Sonya. This is 3 bars. This round will have an X-ray. It's just a question of when is it going to happen.
It's either he's going to X-ray him or, oh, I was waiting for it maybe there. But is Harry Nightmare gonna risk it?
Now he's going to look for it, because Jinamunene does not have a breaker.
Oh,
as soon as he hits 50% or less, it's going to be one touch of Death Town on his X-ray.
If he guesses right, the 50-50 does. Oh, there's another mix-up there on the grab, waiting for a 50-50, tries to whiff punish, catches it. That's going to be a full combo. Harry Nightmare has to use the breaker to prevent any kind of comeback. Can't take any more of those projectiles away. He's in big trouble.
Watch out. Oh, gets the down 4, doesn't move in.
Oh, he still lives, but barely.
I think he was trying to bait there.
Definitely. Here comes the spear. Here comes the mix-up. Jinamunene has to make this one count. Otherwise, he's going to be 2-0 down. Catches the low. This could be the start. He's not going to have a breaker. He might on the next mix-up. I assume he'll save his breaker for the next mix-up.
Oh, trying to bait.
That's going to be me of a Hellfire into game. That's
wow.
It. He gets the comeback. And obviously, because he had the Hellfire active, that is going to increase the damage of his throw. Fantastic play. Saving that bar. And, I mean, in a very fortunate situation, that Harry Nightmare was pixels away from having that breaker, and he just couldn't use it. Gets hit by the grab, and the second that Hellfire Aura is active, it increases the damage. I think it turns it into a 16% throw.
But that was just wonderful play all around, though.
Hellfire Scorpion. That's
I mean, that was probably the first incredible comeback we've seen of the Pro League in Season 3. However, I mean, it was against cover-up Sonya, that
instantly changes to Demolition.
That did so much damage in Season 2, and to keep it together after such a convincing first game, to make a comeback like that, and not only that, he's made Harry Nightmare swap from cover-ups, and Harry Nightmare's game plan seems to revolve around needing the cover-ops tool, so I'm not sure how much I agree with this demo pick.
I have never seen Harry Nightmare go Demolition before, but to be fair, if you're a Sonya main, you've got to learn it. It's such a strong variation, arguably her strongest.
I mean,
and it's a good call.
Scar, you know, that's Scar in Season 2 in America, just doing absolute work with Demolition, really showing the community why it's so good. But I've never seen Harry Nightmare play it, so I'm apprehensive, considering this guy has been a cover ops player since we saw him really do damage in Season 2. Oh, but doesn't fuzzy
by that slow overhead. No fuzzy guard on that. I mean, it is easy to fuzzy, but I mean, you can find yourself getting hit by it. Tries to go for the restand, gets it again. That standing 3 has to be built into a mix-up. I'm sure he isn't screwing up that run cancel there. Oh, and he gets that 2-frame wake-up attack for meterless damage. I mean, that's a good wake-up attack.
He hasn't got any grenades right now. Oh no, manages to reload.
That's a safe reload right there. I mean, if you can really jail full screen with one of those grenades, it does allow you to reload pretty much safely. But that's the risk in this matchup. If Jinamunene gets a good read on that grenade reload from full screen, nice hit confirm on the jump kick. Harry Nightmare doesn't go for the spear. This could be so costly for him.
That might have been the worst spear drop of his life, but no, will manage to still clutch out the round. I think Harry Nightmare probably went for a down 2, but hesitated, and it did cost him his life.
Oh, and he whiffs that grenade right in his face. Could have been a full combo, but Jinamunene ready.
There it is. So I call it. Wake Up uses 2 grenades, gets big damage very fast, but no grenades ready.
So much patience from him. Gets the Wake Up meter burn. Really strong Wake Up attack there. Catches the full combo. Here comes. Good break. I mean, that would have been a very costly situation to be put in into that Hellfire mix-up.
And again, about unnecessary reads, unnecessary risks even. Gives himself a full teleport punish. Oh, instant jump forward 1.
That was an interesting read, but it did work out for him. Oh, good block on the 50-50. Oh, really unsafe reload, but I mean, to be fair, what Sonya player does that? How can you be ready for that?
He's still got the Wake Up. Oh, tries to go it. But again, running out of grenades. As once again ran out of grenades, Harry Nightmare really in trouble right now.
Yeah, oh, that fantastic piece of tech. Down 4 to low profile, the flip kick, and the Hellfire catching before the move recovers. You know, we talked about this guy being a Scorpion tech monster. That right there is tech 101. I understand this character. I've studied the matchup. I know that I can low profile that flip kick on Wake Up to occupy the armor, cancel into my Hellfire, and full combo him for normally a Wake Up that is either really safe or incredibly hard to punish.
But this would be some of, you know, the tidiest Scorpion play we'd ever seen on the Pro League if it weren't for all these combo drops.
I think he's off to a good start, but I mean, we don't know how experienced this guy is in the ESL Pro League. A lot of these guys that come out of the woodwork, I mean, let's be serious, there are a lot of nerves here. These guys are playing for a substantial amount of money. This is week 1. Qualifying early is so important. Giving yourself a head start is so important. You don't want to give up those points, and those nerves can really eat you as a player.
But what a way to build some morale up in taking out, you know, the best placing player from an entire league. You know, don't forget, Harry Nightmare was the #1 player from CIS in Season 2. So if Jinwoo can clutch this last game out and take out Harry Nightmare, looks like we are on the training stage again.
Can you say active frames? Look at the hitbox on that Hellfire. Insanely good move. He's going to go for the reset. Gets the overhead once again. Harry Nightmare getting caught by basically all of these mix-ups. And that's what makes Hellfire so dangerous.
Oh,
I wonder if CIS had a really strong Scorpion player. I know that Flet played Scorpion extremely early on in the game's life. Oh, drops the combo. Nice anti-cross up down 2.
Oh, wow, and the Wake Up throw.
Are we going to see the tech again? Are we going to see it again? Oh, and he tries. Gets the Wake Up meter burn parry, so it's not quite going to work out. He was definitely confident that was going to be. Oh my god, he gets hit by the anti-air again.
I mean, this is night and day. Harry Nightmare completely on the ropes right now, not playing as confident as he normally does, but I think it's, wow, the hard confidence.
He has tried to anti-air the whole set, and he's been caught by the jump kick every time. Jinwoo ready for that now, and he acknowledges that I'm just going to commit this into teleport.
Oh, wow, reads the backdash from full screen. Incredible stuff.
The reads, and he gets the reset again. So much amazing conversions, catches the low. Harry Nightmare has to break. Bad situation right now, gets a good jump and has to make this count. He has no stamina though, so he's going to have limited damage.
I've got to say, I do like how Harry Nightmare has opted to go back to cover ops here. Because I do think he kind of, it really caters to the way he plays.
Oh, and he catches it. No punish. That is unsafe on block, but Harry Nightmare not trying to punish one time. Could have been a meter burn Flame Aura. Gets the clean jump in. No anti-air for Harry Nightmare. Anti-air's not coming out was the bane of his existence. And, oh, that's a fantastic play there. Moving on. Into semi-finals.
I mean, is this going to end anytime? There we go.
But I say, we have a show to run, mate. Wrap it up.
Wow, that was back and forth. I mean, I'm not going to lie. As soon as I saw that game 1 go down very quickly, I thought, okay, yeah, maybe Harry Nightmare's going to do it again. But wow, just a way to turn it around. I think it was execution. That was the main difference. He just tightened up everything.
He tightened it up. And we talk about run cancel characters. If you screw up your cancels, you're in big trouble. But if you don't, it's happy days. I mean, it's just Hellfire Scorpion especially. You can see that Jinwoo has taken up, we've probably butchered that name like 20 times already. I'm really sorry.
We're doing our best. We're doing our best. That's what matters.
It's putting on a masterclass of how Hellfire has been buffed, you know, and how the adjustments to the Flame Aura were made. I'm not sure whether that's still there. If someone could tweet me about the Hellfire changes, I don't know if you can still do 2 Flame Auras mid-combo. But I mean, just the execution, the standing 3, you know, those extra plus frames that are outside of just teleport. As you can see there, tries to go for the trip guard. No punish right there. But as you can see, the active frames making such amazing reads on a character that is normally going to try and jump around, dive kick quite risk-free. Against Hellfire, if you go into that Flame Aura, you're getting full comboed. You can't just jump around like that.
But the way we saw Jimanunene make that sort of slight step back after the block on the low option from the cover op stance, do you think he went for a teleport punish instead?
He might have. I mean, that might have been. I don't really know. Catches a good brutality there, obviously, in the first game, and that was the dominant round from Harry Nightmare, but I really think it was just a simple case of adjusting. And Harry Nightmare, I think also it was a matter of Jinwoo adjusting and Harry Nightmare not adjusting.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of was it. I mean, like I said before, in Season 2, we were very used to seeing Harry Nightmare kind of just do what he wanted a lot of the time. He kind of got the momentum, he started playing his game and just enforced that, and that was kind of it.
It was why Flet made the change to Grandmaster whenever they fought. You know, Flet would constantly make the change to Grandmaster to kind of shut down that mobility that Harry Nightmare would constantly try and implement. But to be honest, that's a fantastic play right there. I think taking out CIS's highest seed week 1 is really good, but also congratulations to Harry Nightmare for actually making week 1 top 8. Hopefully we see more of him. I heard a lot of people say this guy will never get top 8s again. If they improve the netcode, Harry Nightmare's finished and he makes his way into top 8. So, you know, those that doubted it,
it's a perfect way to shut up the
naysayers. Their words,
naysayers.
unfortunately. Harry Nightmare does make top 8 week 1.
So, do we have any more social media coverage, Spike?
Absolutely, we do. As you can imagine, everyone's talking about that Scorpion comeback.
That was pretty good.
But also, actually, we've got a few people like Sergeant Cesarak, who has tweeted, Mortal Kombat looks like the Europeans are going to taste some Russian power this season. And then we've also got Cold Spectre, who says, ESL Wars Episode 3, the Russian Empire strikes back. Perhaps not from that last performance, though, gents.
Well, I think it's a good mix. I mean, the fact that it's been combined, it was, you know, consistent Russian, new. I mean, it's kind of a weird situation. New blood Russian player for many of us that we hadn't seen much before. Obviously, Vladdy's been playing the whole time because execution is that good. He can't be new. But what we're saying is, new player versus EU veteran, new player wins. CIS veteran versus new player wins. I mean, I think it might not necessarily be CIS versus EU as much as it is new versus old. Improved netcode.
Old and busted versus new hotness.
Old and busted versus new hotness. I mean, improved netcode. We're on PlayStation 4 now. I mean, the ball game's been completely changed. And I think it's the fact that the netcode's been improved. I mean, look, the new netcode is here, and we have 2 execution-heavy run cancel characters that have both made it through into the next round. That is no coincidence. Absolutely not.
I have a question. Why is EU getting all the comebacks?
I mean, that's a good question.
We get all the comebacks. We had Shuffles in Season 1, we had Storm in Season 2, and now we've got Jiminu Nene in Season 3.
Is he going to be the new hotness? Is he going to come back every week and make these? I mean, to be fair, Hellfire is a character that can do it. We're going to be setting up our next match, guys. Oh, I'm so excited for this next match.
By the way, the answer to your question, talk about comebacks. Mitsuones, MK veteran, Mr.
Mitsuones
himself, has answered your question, and he says you cannot do 2 flame auras in one combo anymore.
I guess that was a beta-only thing, right? They must have adjusted it.
I assume so.
I mean, evidently hasn't really made a difference. That guy's still strong, that character.
Now, the next game we have Dupe, the Kano player, the Kano mastermind from launch day. This guy's been playing Kano exclusively on PS4. And he's going to be coming up against Arzu, who's another player we've seen do really, really well in the pre-ESL seasons 1 and 2 with... Oh, no, it's Sacron. Was it Arzu? No, it says Arzu. It's Arzu in game, but Sacron there. Oh, it is Sacron. Okay,
Sacron has a katana picture, and that evidently confused you.
Yeah, that was my bad. I saw Sacron.
Why does he even have katana? Because Kung Jin is his bread and butter, is what he's had success with. But he is going to go for katana again. Now, just to give you guys a quick introduction, we're going into this game right now. It's EU veteran for MKX versus long-time MKX veteran from the CIS. Now, this is going to be a great matchup.
Now, Sacron did come so close to defeating Perfect Legend in the ESL Season 2 finals. He did defeat Under Jim and Foxy Grandpa at the Season 2 finals, but that was with Kung Jin. Looks like he is going to be opting to go back to Royal Storm Katana, but Yup going for Cutthroat Kano. Interesting how he's doing it in this matchup, considering small hitbox characters are quite hard to hit.
Nice counter poke on that from Dupe. That risky read, but it is going to pay off. Now, here's the worry. We see quite often Sacron will start out with Katana, and it actually won't work out all the time. He always ends up going to Kung Jin and then having better results. I almost wonder why he sticks with Katana in these tournaments, because to be honest, his Kung Jin does actually bring him a little bit more success. Tagged by the low though. That's going to be a full combo from Sacron, and this could be comeback territory. Katana does hit like a truck, especially in Royal Storm.
I mean, and he is in the corner as well. One more of those and he's going to be forced to break. But blocks it this time. There's the plus frames. Oh no, scalps it. And that was really nice from Dupe.
That was a good call. That was a good call right there. Counter poke, but if Katana, I mean, she hasn't got amazing mids, right? They're quite slow compared to some characters. So counter poke into meter burn, instant down 4. That's going to chew up a lot of her punish attempts.
Oh, so to give you guys a little bit of history on Dupe, this guy's been playing Kano since day 1, all 3 variations. And he has I mean, most of the time I see him play, it's with Cutthroat, and this guy knows exactly how to enforce those 50-50s, especially now that Cutthroat's been improved, but at the same time, just really good counter poking, really good use of that down 4, and again, make the new buff to make that up slash a bit safer.
Now, I love the fact that Dupe went immediately into the counter poke. Oh, nice call on that. Saccron going for the back 1-4. Dupe pressing too many buttons. That's going to be a full combo, but I like the fact that Dupe basically called him on that one and said, immediately, I'm going to counter poke after the string. So you might be reluctant to press a button afterwards. The second Saccron becomes reluctant to press a button, it allows Dupe to be a little bit more creative on the offense. But unfortunately, Dupe, he means you have to use that breaker. That's going to be big set damage.
I think it was less to not take the damage and more to just keep Saccron in the corner where he didn't have the screen to work with. But at the same time, wonderful tech. But at the same time, Saccron now has all this screen behind him. But he's going to stay in his space as long as he can. Oh, wow, wonderful use of... There we go. Going to use the corner repositioning on the meter burn. Knife all goes to the damage buff.
That low profiling down 4. I wonder how that's going to fare. Oh, unfortunately, going to eat a full combo. This won't kill, but it'll come very, very close to it. I think it's more to be a matter of either keeping him nice and close or sending him full screen and zoning him out for the rest of the game, which it looks like Saccron is going to try and do.
Now, this is going to be difficult for Dupe because no longer can he use his armor to absorb hits because he just doesn't have the health to take it. Wonderful
Whiff
backdash.
punish!
Wow, whiff punish. Oh, tries to win it, but doesn't have the stamina. Dupe goes to the counter poke, but doesn't get it.
He's
but
still
Saccron
alive.
doesn't punish.
He's still alive. I mean, this could still be a comeback. Oh no, the mid-hitting second fan on that meter burn is going to catch Dupe. Trying to low profile that fan. Not quite working out. Saccron is going to take game 1. Now, I think Dupe was off to a really good start. It was basically just, I think early on he actually got hit by a couple of mix-ups that weren't mix-ups. The back 1-4 into meter burn fan. I mean, that will only ever go low. But he just caught sleeping, really. And Dupe one game down already.
No, I think it's entirely a possibility we might see him change variations sometimes.
You think Cybernetic might help in the matchup?
Honestly, if someone's going to know it, it's going to be Dupe. Because this guy knows Kano like inside and out. And to be fair, it's not like the projectiles were what were giving him so much trouble. It was just the sheer damage he was taking. And at the same time, Cutthroat's got 50-50s. You have to hold them.
Coach Steve, I know you're watching. Would you use Cutthroat or Cybernetic in this matchup? Genuinely curious.
Let us know, man. Hashtag MKX Pro League. Give us a shout. But moving into game 2, Saccron's got a game on. Wonderful read.
I'm not sure if that was an anti-air attempt. Oh, and he gets the wake up. That isn't going to quite secure the first hit. Now, unfortunately, Roll Storm, and I was just about to say, having those 2 bars gives her the extra reversal with the meter burn fan. It makes her incredibly dangerous. Robbing that first hit, very important, but Dupe, unfortunately, giving it up.
Opts to finish the string, just goes to the block. Oh, but Dupe
Oh,
caught sleeping,
no.
and no, another NJP. Have to be so careful when you're trying to deal with that jumper. That's a wonderful punish from Saccron. Dupe just playing a little bit too unsafe right now, and Saccron making him pay.
That's going to be a good chunk of damage once again, sending him full screen. Dupe was on the verge of making a great comeback in game 1. Can he do it again? Oh, nice poke with that fan lift. Only possible in Royal Storm. Making that fan lift actually advance forward. Catching those button presses. Great call by Saccron.
Dupe's got to be careful sticking that limb out because he's going to walk into the fan. It's going to give Saccron a lot of momentum. Nice down 4 to get under.
Is he going to counter poke? Oh no, blocks the reversal but gets tagged anyway. You hate that. Could have been a full combo punish, but Dupe caught by the second hit of the reversal. Gets the stagger.
He's been trying to condition Saccron to block the uppercut knife, the down back 1 after every single 4-2-1. So he's starting to do low pokes instead.
Oh, nice. Catches overhead. Saccron has to break. Kano in Cutthroat having some of the highest corner damage in the game. Counter pokes with the safer meter burn up ball. And that's going to be not really a full combo because unfortunately the first it did whiff. Nice grab, putting him back into the corner. Chip might do it at this point.
Yeah, at this point I'm not sure there's much Saccron can do. He tries to jump out the corner. I respect it.
He had to.
But still in the corner. If Dupe doesn't let him out, he could take this game. But
This
if
is where
Saccron gets that
Cutthroat-
screen to work with, he is in trouble.
That's where Cutthroat wants you to be, right in that corner for the max damage of the 50-50s. Capitalizing off the 50-50s. Harder in the corner than mid-screen.
Or catches him backdashing. Let's be careful. Stags into throw, but Dupe does get the down 3.
I mean, that's an interesting punish. Saccron's trying to punish with things that are whiffing because of just the hitbox on that meter burn ball recovery. But Saccron in a great situation right now. Dupe needs to get in and stay in.
He's approaching a break, but I don't think we'll see him use it. He's got one more chance to break out before he dies, but
Those
quite
2
difficult.
bars. Those 2 bars could kill. Those 2 bars.
Has him in the corner though.
Oh,
that
nice
was
conversion.
Nice. Good block on the 50-50 by Saccron, but Dupe gets him with the down 4, keeps him in there. Nice stagger on the throw, but Saccron has that uppercut available.
Is a wake up coming?
Oh,
and he gets hit by it.
No! Has a breaker available. Is he going to go for the unbreakable? No! Forces the breaker out of him.
Oh, on the ropes, that grab is going to take it 2-0 at the moment, Saccron versus Dupe. I mean, one thing we're not seeing, which I don't think Dupe likes to do, is Kano and Cutthroat can meter burn his buff. And when you use it in strings, it can actually give him some really, really solid plus frames, which gives him some good frame traps and nice ways in. It just damages him when he uses the buff. Now, Dupe doesn't really like using that buff outside of meterlessly after the hard knockdown of a Kano ball. But in some of these situations, I mean, almost... I'd like to see him go for the meter burn buff block strings at least once, just to try and
you kind of have to be careful,
the
really, because it is a really good attack, because it does give Cutthroat some insane damage output if you use the damage buff, but it does take about 14 to 15% health off Kano. If you let it take, I mean, you can turn it off, but if you're using a bar to get damage increased, you end up turning it off. You've kind of just wasted the bar if you haven't
catches
cashed out.
The anti-air again. That is the katana special, really. Lifting in the air right as the opponent's going to try and anti-air you. Almost gives us some free jumps as well. A very strong mechanic. Oh, nice whiff punish. Doesn't quite get a full combo, though. I'm pretty sure that could have been a forward 2-1-2.
I think you tried to run in for the 50-50, but unfortunately didn't have the stamina to do so. And again, another fake out from Sakron just to smack him down.
He's getting a lot of mileage.
JP.
He's getting a lot of mileage out of those dodges in the air. Nice delay wake up, but I mean, all a bit bleak.
Some jumping. Oh, catches overhead. Meteor burns the attack just to get max damage, but will drop it.
No! Crucial combo drop. Not only losing damage, but whiffing that 1-1-2 right in Sakron's face, ready for a full combo. Gets the splat on the overhead.
That's without a doubt the hardest pill to swallow about dropping that specific combo in that point, is that you are completely punishable if they quick rise. And unfortunately, Duke will pay for it, but does try punish, but Sakron with a breaker available to keep himself safe.
Oh, gets tagged again. Sakron not afraid. Has to break. That's going to be the round. I'm so worried for Jupe right now. Has no stamina. Looking really bad. Catches the down 3.
I think right now Jupe just has to slow it down to a pace. Oh no, oh no, there's the run-in throw. Cheeky stuff from Sakron. Knows he's going to be sitting there waiting for the meter burn fan, but will get a throw instead.
Match point for Sakron right now. Nice read on the reflect. I don't know if that was intentional, but I mean, Jupe hasn't really opted to go for any projectiles, because I know he understands. I don't think Kano in Cutthroat can outzone Katana. But this is why I'm actually surprised we haven't seen the change to Cybernetic, because you get those mid-hitting, fast-recovering knives.
I mean, Katana just one of those characters you have to be so careful when she's approaching the air, because normally, especially when you've got a down 2 as good as Kano's like that, you instinctively just want to anti-air someone every time they leave the ground, but she can change her jump arc at so many different times. You have to be so careful.
Getting caught on those fake outs every single time. I mean, he gets away with a couple of uppercuts, and I just don't think that's sufficient, you know? I don't think catching the occasional uppercut is worth getting full combo punish for that. And speaking of full combo punish, has to break. Looking really bleak from right now. Can't get the full combo punish, and he's going to get caught in a bad situation. That's going to be it. Sakron catching the brutality. 3-0. See you later, mate. Jupe, unfortunately, is going to go out, and Sakron is going to move on. Russia came to play.
Knock another win onto the board. So Harry Nightmare goes down, but Sakron advances.
That was. I mean, they're playing well. They're playing incredibly well right now. Sakron, one of the most consistent CIS players using Katana. I know I mentioned that, you know, he seems to lose quite often with Katana in tournament and then change to Kung Jin. But I think against Kano, he just must have really. I mean, it's no mystery that Duke plays Kano, right? You know, he is a character specialist. The only, I guess, mix-up will come from what variation does he pick. But we also know that Cutthroat is his jam. If he's that confident in the matchup, as you can clearly see, I mean, that's exactly why Sakron went for that really smart Katana pick. So well played.
Well, Cutthroat just seems to be the most versatile right now. I mean, it has the 50-50s, it has the damage output. Universally, Kano's got decent projectiles, but he's got some really good strings and really good mids. That's the important thing for me about Cutthroat, is having good mids in MKX is imperative right now. And Cutthroat has those. We'll have some replays from this set to show you guys. I mean, just this Katana dominance. I think it was mainly Dupe not really changing it up enough. It was clear that Sakron was just faking out those jump-ins over and over again.
That was the hard killer right there. I think Dupe, in my opinion, I think catching the occasional uppercut to catch her out of that is not worth the amount of times he was actually getting punished for going for the uppercut. I mean, almost in that situation, Sakron's not really going to be worried, you know? He's going to go, well, I'm getting down 2 a couple of times, but for the most part, I'm literally just catching with a full combo, so why would I stop? And it was really well played there from Sakron. And that's it. I think the 2 main European players that people were looking forward to watching have gone out early. And really well played to the CIS crew for making short work of them, doing a really good job. And this is exactly what I was talking about, like having the ability to let EU and CIS clash in this Pro League has already opened up for some fantastic games. We've had insane execution from Johnny Cage, these crazy Scorpion comebacks, and, you know, we also saw this fantastic gameplay from both Kano and Katana all in this week 1. Really strong play from everyone, but we have one more match coming up before we go into the semi-finals.
Right, remember, you guys at home, do get involved using the hashtag MKX Pro League. Let us know your thoughts on the Pro League so far. Obviously, we've had some big upsets so far. Fan favourites like Storm have already gone out. So let us know what you think about this so far, how you think the league's going to go. And remember, we do have some cool stuff to give away, which I will let Spike take over from, I believe.
Absolutely. Those of you who are tweeting in, thank you so much. Tyler, you got to see some Kano, so you'll be very happy there as well. Actually, P&D Omega K said that you two are looking like pastors at your new esports desk. The Church of Ketchup and Mustard.
The Church of MK is something I can get behind.
Make me salty all over again.
Oh no.
Preach it to me, brother.
I don't want to quote the video just in case I get sued.
Very good.
You know what I'm saying?
I love it. It's
but you
really
guys
good.
know. You guys know.
And also Mo Sasanach, who I know you two will know very well, has been closely watching and tweeting in pictures of Scorpion vaping. She thinks the dry ice in the background is the production values obviously being registered at home, so that's very good. Those of you who are following, make sure that you are entering our raffle, esl.gg/MKXS3, if you want to win Scorpion and take that home next week. That will be sent out to you. Also, make sure you're tweeting us, hashtag MKX Pro League, and following us at ESL Mortal Kombat. I think we're ready for the last of the bracket, right, gents?
I believe we are, and it looks like we are going to have one final CIS versus rest of European match. We have Lord Spinal versus Arzu. Now, Arzu is a very, very capable Katana player from CIS.
A lot of people tend to say that Arzu is the strongest Katana player in the CIS region. He was very, very consistent in CIS. I believe that I could be wrong here, but I think he was the 3rd seed for the CIS part of Season 2. I believe it was Harry Nightmare, and then Flet, and then Arzu. But it's going to be another matchup. However, I think Tempest Lau has a lot of mobility to get around the kind of mix-up. And right there, ready for the anti and the teleport. Unfortunately, that teleport for Kung Lao is so unsafe. Kung Lao did actually receive some significant changes in the latest patch, where his meter burn orbiting hat, the thing that would allow him to continue pressure, has been downgraded slightly, and also the hitbox on his jumping hat attack has also been nerfed also. Just kind of a little bit of balancing, I suppose.
But the teleport is not something that got changed. That was just through and through knowledge on punishes by Arzu right there. And wow, just a dominant round one. Lord Spinal just getting hit by all these fans. I mean, you have to be so careful when you're approaching Katana. Basically, if you leave the ground, you have to be willing to lose 30% of your life to an air fan.
There is a golden rule playing against Katana, and it's don't jump. I mean, only a select few characters can actually get around in the air against Katana, and to be honest, I mean, very little characters in the game can do that. If you jump and you eat an air fan, that's a full combo. Speaking of full combo, tries to get the meatbird fan up launched there, but doesn't quite get it. But it's still in a great situation. Spinal just getting completely overwhelmed right now. Oh, goes for a dive kick again, just for mobility. Oh, very unsafe. That was an expensive reversal. 1 bar on the armored reversal, 2 bars on the break. That one read cost him all 3 bars. Teleports again. Very surprising to see it. Oh no, there's a bit of a scramble right here. I think he's a bit flustered.
The other down one on the fan, tries to go for the mids, but Arzu not biting, just has all this life to work with. Wonderful neutral crouch, and that'll be a full combo from Arzu, catching him on the punish.
Tried and tested matchup knowledge is what we're seeing right now.
No punish on the uplift, that is not what you want to see, Lord Spinal.
Oh, drops the combo as well. I'm not sure if he was too high up in the air. Tries to go for a grab and it whiffs. I mean, there's a bit of ropey play going on right now. Tries to go for a jump kick. Oh no, tries to anti-air spin. I don't know whether that was a mixed input thing, but that was a spin attempt that isn't going to come out. Full combo, Arzu. I mean, I don't even know if that was an execution error or whether the dash was intentional, but I mean, a couple of scrambles there, but Arzu came out on top.
Wow, CIS just coming to play so far. I mean, this is like, are we Cheap Eddie and Taralera in now? Is that what we've become?
Are we the new Cheap Eddie?
I believe we might be the new Cheap Eddie.
I love Cheap Eddie. Shout out to Cheap Eddie.
Cheap Eddie's the best.
I agree. So yeah, going into the next match, I don't know if, as far as I'm aware, Lord Spinal does actually play other characters. We might see a change now. No, he's going straight back in. Goes for the Buzzsaw pick. Now, this is actually a variation-specific change. It's basically, the whole idea is Buzzsaw does a really good job of checking low hats from full screen, and it kind of shuts down that zoning game from Katana to a degree. It pretty much, it can somewhat counter zone because it's so low to the ground and it recovers quite quickly. So picking Buzzsaw against this pretty much is going to limit your damage output, but it's going to stop her from having such full screen presence when played correctly. And unfortunately, again, Arzu getting that first hit. Royal Storm with that first hit, you don't want to let her have.
I mean, to be fair, like, especially Royal Storm Katana is universally considered to be quite a difficult matchup for Kung Lao in general. So, I mean, it's not a huge surprise to see this happen, and the Buzzsaw pick, I do respect it. It's just, this is a very difficult matchup. But at the same time, we have to see
Lord Spinal. Can we talk about that break for a second? Very unfortunate waste of meter.
Like, bad matchup or not, we have to start seeing punishable moves go punished. We have to stop seeing breakers at times they really shouldn't be there. I mean, you really need to turn it up, especially if you know the odds are against you from the off with a bad matchup. You have to play your best and start punishing these things.
The thing is, Arzu isn't actually playing perfectly. He's making less mistakes. Lord Spinal getting caught by a couple of, and teleporting again. Very risky. I really think it's a very risky thing to go for.
This is the double back two.
Oh, Arzu not respecting it, but to be honest, getting hit by an overhead against Buzzsaw, I mean, what damage are you going to take? Pretty much nothing.
Unless he wants to use the bar, but at the same time, Lord Spinal's got to be careful. He's going to need a lot of breakers if he keeps getting hit by these fans.
Nice down forward into Buzzsaw, but as you can see, nice read there.
Oh,
drops the jump kick. That definitely was supposed to be a jump kick, dive kick attempt. That just didn't come out because the jump kick whiffed by Pixels. Very unfortunate. Oh, nice running into the fan. Tries to poke it. I mean, Lord Spinal's being quite, I guess, patchy with how he's coming into. Arzu poking with that. Nice reversal, goes for the punish. But again, I mean, in Buzzsaw, your punish potential isn't that great.
Oh, doesn't punish it, but does make it whiff at least. Arzu keeps himself safe in that NJP. Wow, people just getting dunked by that so much today. And a max range jump one. Lord Spinal just broke, has no meter available to do it again. This could be death.
That's going to be good damage. Drops the combo, but at this point, may not matter. Can't get the whiff punish. Tries, dedicates to it. I respect the attempt. I think he was completely confident that forward, I think that forward 2-4, I believe. I believe that string, I strongly believe that string was going to whiff punish, and it just didn't. Very unfortunate there, and it did lead to him being full combo punished, and again, losing him a second game. I think we'll see a character change. I strongly think, because Lord Spinal plays multiple characters, we know he can play a bit of Alien. I think we might see an Alien pick, personally. I just don't think the matchup is working out. No, he's going back for Kung Lao. Is he going to go back to Tempest? I mean, does he have a hat trick? We actually saw Sakron lose to Perfect Legend at the Season 2 finals as Kitana. Purely because Perfect Legend actually went for a very, very surprise hat-trick pick.
Yo, I actually forgot all about that hat-trick. That was so exciting as well on the day. How can I forget about that?
He played really well. I mean, PL put on a masterclass with hat-trick against that character that everyone's like, you know, oh, Kitana gives Kung Lao a hard time, and he just picks hat-trick out of nowhere and pulls it off, and it takes out Sakron. But I don't think Lord Spinal really has a hat-trick at his disposal. Maybe he doesn't like the matchup.
Wow, instant air fans, and yeah, really good stuff from Arzu. Lord Spinal just... I mean, he just has to really, really change up. He's kind of just giving himself in at this point.
Oh, that was an interesting. Jumps himself into the corner. Arzu ready for the anti-cross-up meter burn uppercut. Ready to punish that and keep him nice. And yeah, unfortunately, another combo drop. Spinal. Too many execution errors, really.
It's the fans.
Oh, that jump back dive kick. I mean, it's a risk I don't think is necessary. I mean, if that dive kick was blocked, he has no breaker. That would have been a full combo punish, and it would have cost him the round, putting him at match point down against Arzu.
Oh, lets him wake up, back jump, but doesn't stop him.
That hurts. That hurts a lot. It isn't going to kill, but is he going to send him full screen? That's the question. He's going in. No, he's going to try and capitalize on Lord Spinal's fear. Tries to go in, doesn't get the meter band fan. Doesn't matter. Match point Arzu. I mean, CIS. Really, they came to play today, and every European they've fought so far has fell extremely short.
Apart from one. But still not a great ratio.
Full delay, I'm not sure. Ready for the anti-air again. That's a full combo basically every time it connects, because she can now go for the fan lift. A fairly old change. Gets the meter burn spin. Very risky.
Oh,
drops
no.
combos.
18% though. Lord Spinal really not maximizing this damage. I think at this point he may have just checked out. He's decided it's the end.
All goes for another grab. Risky business against a 3-bar Kitana, but it does somehow work out. Very fortunate for him. Gets a grab. This could be the situation he needs. But Arzu, I mean, is Arzu just going to spend the bar?
I mean, at this point, I don't see him breaking. We have to be careful, because as soon as Kitana gets that X-ray, every single back one on block becomes a 50-50, whether you're going to go for the low or you just go straight into the raw overhead, because you cannot react to that X-ray. It's so fast, and it is overhead, so you have to be so careful.
That's the Kitana special right there. Back one into X-ray, but he's going to get it. He's going to get the full combo, drops it again, but it isn't going to matter. I mean, that was almost guaranteed, right? I mean, the 1-1-2-1-2, that's not a bad situation to be in, but still, match point to Arzu.
Bags himself around on the board, but at what cost? He has to keep Arzu in the corner. If he lets him out, oh, this could be exactly what he doesn't want. Has to use his 2 bars to break.
He's not ready for the anti-air either. I mean, it's risky. It is so risky anti-airing
Oh,
Raw Storm.
no.
No, hit confirm. Way too many execution errors coming from Lord Spinal right now. Needs to tighten up if he wants to stay alive. That was risky as well, with a fan just missing him by pixels.
Wow, and a nice throw from Arzu just to get Lord Spinal in the corner and give himself all that space he needs. But looks like he has no interest in going full screen right now. He just wants to rush him down.
I think he's realised that Lord Spinal was just getting caught by a lot of things he shouldn't be getting hit by, so Arnie tries to get the whiff punish, doesn't quite get it. It's going to get some nice block pressure, not ready for the orbiting hat to connect. Block on the overhead, nice grab, respecting the fact that it's not punishable, but he's minus enough that a grab has to be respected.
Oh wow, gets the duck, but no
combo.
capitalizing. Oh no, and we'll jump straight into that. Has to break again, but Arzu has that bar available.
Are we going to see a teleport? That's the question. Arnie gets the dive kick, very risky. He's going to work out though, that could have cost him everything.
Oh, has to watch out. Arzu goes for the uppercut, but doesn't get it.
Oh, that jump back dive kick, the risky stuff, gets it again.
Forces Arzu to break.
Oh, nice trip guard, no full combo.
Wow, are we going to see Lord Spinal? Wow, is he going to take a game? Yes, he is. Wow. Lord Spinal manages to scramble something together, but actually starts to play decent in the third round and really manages to take a game.
I mean, he pulled it off. He definitely pulled it off. I mean, it's like, I don't really feel like he's necessarily adjusted to the matchup. I think he's continuing to take these huge risks, but it just worked out for him, you know? If he's going to continue to take these risks, but in one of the games, it works out and wins him
A win's a win, man. Like, it doesn't matter how clean it is, whether your execution's bad, as long as you get that win, at least you can bring something to the table. That is the start. That's the foundation of a comeback in a set. It's when you at least get that game. Because if you can win one game, you might be able to win 3.
And to be honest, getting hit by all of those hard reads, I mean, we don't know how composed Arzu is right now. I mean, for all we know, getting hit by that many hard reads back to back, you might get quite flustered, like, oh, I can't believe that kept working. I'm so, you know, that might annoy you.
If it shows you anything, it's no matter what your lead is, okay, I guess I can't count this guy out. If Lord Spinal managed to take a win on that many drop combos and execution errors, imagine if he tightens up in these games. You look at this
for another risky teleport, does get it.
But it got him the first win.
That's a good anti-air, but it has taken the bar away from Katana, so I mean, her defensive options drops the combo. I mean, Arzu might be a little bit ropey, I don't know.
Wow, Lord Spinal gets a nice confirm there. Hard knockdown, orbiting hat pressure. Oh, mistimes it, but gets it again.
I mean, he's not stopping. He's playing with his heart. No hit confirm into full combo, though. Very unfortunate.
Wow, that was a nice confirm. Lord Spinal switching on right now, and Arzu at the same time. Bring on the back foot. Wow. Again.
I mean, it is what it is. Lord Spinal's winning, and he has all momentum. Oh, Arzu waiting for that dive kick. You know he is. Oh, and couldn't get the anti-cross up spin because the hat wasn't on his head.
I mean, technically, Lord Spinal is halfway through this set. He is 1 round away from tying it up, and then bam, he's no longer behind.
What was that? I don't think I've ever seen that before, but yeah, cool. Nice. Oh, full combo. Drops it, has to break. Arzu not been completely consistent on that combo, but nails it there, getting the breaker out. Spinal. I mean, to be fair, Tempest Lao without bar is not very scary.
He's going to build it quite quickly, though. Just has to get a blocking, but again, this is quite a difficult situation. Oh, scouts the teleport, but doesn't punish it.
Oh, he gets another teleport. I mean, this is interesting. It's working. Can't afford to take a single hit now. There we go. Nice reactions there from Arzu. And it's still match point for Arzu.
Final round, fight.
Still, Arzu doesn't have a lot of screen to work with.
Oh, the jump 2 just misses. I wonder if that would have worked pre-patch. Nice confirm. Oh, drops it again. Very, very unfortunate. But yeah, it has him in the corner. Right,
be so careful when you jump at Katana. It doesn't matter what the range is. As soon as that fan's a threat, you're taking so much damage. And now look at what the space she has to work with. Arzu, exactly where he needs to be right now.
I doubt Arzu's going to be focused on trying to keep him in the corner as much as he's just going to whiff punish. No, whiff punish. That completely missed.
Oh, good block on the back 3, though. Lord Spinal still paying attention.
A bit of delay. Is he going to try and teleport, or is he going to do something else to get in? I mean, oh my god, he's going for these very instant getting options, but I mean, they're working now.
Oh, wow, still manages to capitalize 25% damage. Looking very delicious when you haven't got a lot of health.
That's pretty much going to do it, I think. He has no stamina. One of the changes to the game since beta.
Maybe, no, never say never. Lord Spinal, don't count him out.
I mean, is this a comeback? Is this a comeback? And he gets the reversal. Arzu. That brutality is now.
What? How long is that brutality?
Has that always brutality?
I mean, you'd never guess we've been working with this game for almost an entire year, would you?
Hey, I've seen loads of sets finish with that, and I've never seen that. Brutality. Is that hidden brutality?
Maybe you have to hold a button that no one did before now.
Maybe.
Regardless, though, I was actually quite impressed with how Lord Spinal was adapting in the end of that.
You say adapting, but I really think it was a matter of he was
sticking to his guns to the bitter end.
I think he stuck with his guns and played very recklessly, but it did start to work out for him. It was just, unfortunately, although it was working for him and it won him a game and it won him a round and kind of put him halfway through the set, unfortunately, a potentially unnecessary risk is actually what cost him the set with that teleport that was punished, sending him full screen with no stamina. And that's
Plus, I think a lot of it comes down to the fundamental point we made right at the start of the set, that you got to be careful when you jump in on Katana. If you leave the ground against Katana, be prepared to not put your feet on the ground again for quite some time, because she's going to do a lot of damage from full screen with those fans if she catches one.
She's just going to keep you launched the entire game. I mean, that's one of the strengths of Katana, has some of the highest air dominance in the entire game. And it was weird because I think Arzu might have been expecting some adaptations from Lord Spinal. I mean, sometimes when you play a set, you kind of feel like you've conditioned someone to stop. For example, the amount of times that Arzu actually punished the teleport.
So you think Arzu began to give too much respect as the set went on?
I mean that's not a detriment to Lord Spinal though, because it worked, so it's fair enough, right? But the fact that maybe in a tournament setting in the top 8 where points are on the line, money's on the line, but you know, those important points, maybe when you punish someone's teleport for the 3rd time in a row, you'd be inclined to think he's not going to teleport anymore. He's going to stop doing it. He's not going to bet it all on the teleport, and unfortunately, right at the very end, he did just that, and it sent him out of the tournament.
Let's have a look at what this next replay is going to be. I mean, there's a lot to pick from here, to be honest. I mean, for me, that jump, the game when Lord Spawner brought the game back, and then immediately won the next round in the next game quite convincingly. I almost thought that Arzu was kind of beginning to go on tilt somewhat.
He did seem to be, but I think he realised when there was one game left, right, I'm just going to knock it off. Like, I'm going to concentrate, I'm going to focus. No more mistakes, and that's when we started seeing consistent teleport punishes again, doing the standing ones and stuff. When he's trying to stagger the pressure as Kung Lao, you can then see that Arzu would then call his bluff on that, and after blocking the staggered string, just does his own standing one and would chew him up. So I think Arzu definitely played really well, and just right there, banking it all. Banking the entire set on that. I mean, it wouldn't have been a full combat punishment to death, but I mean, it would have put him in a bad situation because he would have lost his bar of meter for that.
Right, and I believe before we move into our semi-finals of the day, do we have any social stuff to talk about?
Absolutely, of course we do. What a quarterfinals! Everyone's talking about that. But most importantly, you mentioned it a little bit. You were talking about Alien earlier. One of the questions we have from Alex is Sentry. It says, hoping to see some DLC characters used. Do you think that's going to happen, guys? Do you think we're going to see some DLC characters?
Absolutely.
I
Maybe
would
not
hope
this
so.
week.
I mean, that's kind of what I mean, really. I mean, we did lately, quite recently see quite a big balance patch, which did adjust a lot of the Kombat Pack 2 characters specifically. Triborg got quite a long list of nerfs. Alien got adjustments. Leatherface got a few tweaks, and so did Boraicho. But a lot of the community are still firm believers that these characters are still very powerful and definitely worth picking up. I think it might just be a little bit too early for players to start risking their opportunity to win $200,000 on these newer DLC characters. But at the same time, you know, we saw Sonic Fox winning final round with Alien. We saw CR Dragon getting 2nd place with Alien, with Takart and Alien. So they definitely can compete, and I hope we do see, because I think Kombat Pack 2 introduced. I mean, I'm like horrifically biased and corrupt, but I think Triborg is probably the coolest character in the game right now, or is it Quadborg? Now, I think. I'm not sure.
And we'll just call it Triborg until the end of days.
And do you guys think that the DLC characters have an advantage in terms of learning those matchups and things?
Not really. It's kind of a double-edged sword, because if you're using a character that's quite new or just came out, then you have the advantage that some people might not know how to fight your character if it's DLC or if it's a newer character, but you yourself will only have limited experience with that character because you have only had them for a few weeks. Like, let's be real, the game's almost a year old, so 12 months at using A-list Johnny Cage, or 6 to 7 weeks of using, I don't know, Boraicho or something like that. It's kind of, you have to really weigh out the pros and the cons to using a new character when there's serious money on the line.
I think that affected us really very recently at Hype Spotting, where you know, because we're big fans of Sector and Cyrex and Triborg, we've kind of wanted to go, well, if we're going to go to tournament, I'd like to just test the waters and see what we can do with these characters. Now, I know we went out to Scotland like 3 days before the patch. Pretty much the day the patch hit, we flew out. So it's a matter of wanting to use the characters, and in some matchups, you definitely feel like the opponent is not familiar with what your character can do, but there's always a chance that you will just bump into a character that you have never actually fought with that DLC character before, which, you know, it will hurt you both, you know, and it's a risk that you take using DLC characters so early on.
But I would be very surprised if we don't see some Kombat Pack 2 before the season is out.
I hope so. And Slingshots just tweeted in, you guys should get a Boraicho statue to fart smoke.
That's a good idea.
That's a damn good idea.
Make it happen.
Actually, on the subject of DLC characters, I'm kind of happy no one's playing Boraicho right now, because I was really scared we'd have to talk about fart cancels on commentary.
Maybe one day. Fart frame traps.
Maybe.
Holding in the fart traps. I mean, it's a thing. The smelly ice clone, you know?
I mean, it's not something I really wanted to talk about on a professional basis, but I think we might have to if we see some Mauricio players make it through.
You got to do what you got to do. I mean, I believe we may be going to a break while we set up our first semi-final of the day. Make sure that you guys follow us at ESL Mortal Kombat and that you tweet us throughout the night using the hashtag MKX Pro League. Obviously, we've been reading out your tweets throughout the night. There's been some cool moments in tonight's tournament, and obviously, you know, it doesn't stop here. So we're going to be going into our first semi-final of the night, which is going to be a spectacle. Don't go anywhere, guys. We will be right back. See you after this.
Peggy 18.
I fear no gods, Raiden.
That is why you shall lose.
Raiden, the Thunder God. Charged with the protection of mortals, Raiden has led Earthrealm's warriors to crucial Mortal Kombat victories against ruthless invaders. Wielding godlike power, Lord Raiden unleashes his fury through lightning storm attacks and electrifying pressure. Once known as a stoic defender, he now seeks to obliterate those who threaten to destroy all he holds dear.
Show me what you have learned.
In the Master of Storms variation, Raiden uses Static Trap, placing electrified orbs on stage that connect in a bolt of lightning. Maximize the strategic placement of Static Traps by using different special moves to corner your opponent. On knockdown, quickly place a full lightning trap, down forward B plus right trigger, to punish hasty jumps from the corner or crush your opponent's armored wake-up attacks.
Lightning cuts through the dark.
In the Displacer variation, Raiden can teleport to different stage locations, greatly increasing his mobility and rushdown potential. Use Fork Lightning, back XB, in combination with enhanced teleports to extend combos and maintain superior stage positioning. Keep in mind Raiden can teleport in front of or behind his enemy, allowing him to continue the onslaught in the corner or bring the fight back to center stage.
Your insolence will be punished.
Raiden's fury is unleashed with high pressure play and new combo strings in the Thunder God variation. His special move Lightning, down back X, can now be dash cancelled, allowing him to extend combos and continue the assault. Watch for the orb to pulse in Raiden's hands before inputting your run, and close the gap between your opponent with Distant Thunder, YXB. Overcharge Raiden's normal attacks by holding down the last input in a combo, effectively juggling a trapped opponent.
Be gone, destroyer!
Raiden's mix-ups are most effective in the corner. Utilize his special moves Shocker, down forward Y plus right trigger, and Electrofly, back forward A, to keep positional advantage in the fight. Curb your opponent's temper with some shock therapy. Today's forecast, victory, with a chance of brutality.
Do not provoke a god. Raiden wins.
Safeguard Earthrealm with the electrifying Thunder God, Raiden.
How's it going, guys and girls, and welcome back to week 1 of season 3 of the MKX Pro League, presented by ESL.
Going into our first semi-final of the day, it's going to be Jinmanene. Screwed his name up again, I'm so certain of it, versus Vladi7R. So it's going to be run cancels meet run cancels. Basically you have A-list Johnny Cage going up against Hellfire Scorpion, and basically it's going to be a great set because now the netcode's better. These high execution characters, they have a chance to really shine, you know, in an environment where loads of people are playing the game.
But going off like more than just the characters we saw them play, the way they played them, you've got the real defensive wall in A-list Johnny Cage that we saw dismantle Storm 3-0.
Very clean win.
Very convincingly. And Storm is no slouch. He is one of the most impressive international competitors that we have seen in Mortal Kombat X since the game came out, against a lot of aggression from Jinmanene, a lot of hard reads, a lot of unsafety, but effectiveness. So how do you think that's going to clash when you've got this really defensive, clean Johnny Cage run cancels versus this very aggressive and sporadic Hellfire cancels? How do you think that's going to interact?
Well, I think that's how Scorpion's best played, right? Like a very, very explosive character. And sometimes you just have to make a hard read. Not all the time, but there are certain situations where a hard read will either just make or break the set or the game. You know, you play with your heart and you go, I think this is going to work, so I'm going to do it. You know, be it with like a meter burn teleport or a meter burn slide or something like that. I don't know. We saw some matchup specific stuff when Jinmanene fought Harry Nightmare. You know, the tech. Is he going to have the same level of matchup familiarity with Johnny Cage? That's the question. Who knows?
But that's something I observed when I saw Vladi defeat Storm. Was Storm plays in this very, you know, Storm plays from the heart. He definitely goes with what his gut instincts tell him is going to happen. A lot of hard reads on NJPs, a lot of these back forward forwards to get the flips in the air, into whiff recovery, into NJP, and a lot of crazy stuff in theory. And Vladi was just sitting there and being the world's most patient man, and
he
just
was
blocking
waiting for
it
Storm
and just
to hang
waiting
himself.
for it.
He was waiting for Storm to hang himself, no doubt about it. The question is Vladi, does he know that Jinmanene Scorpion is also a risk taker? Is he going to sit there and hold it? The question is, if you sit there and hold it versus Scorpion, that's when the run cancels start. However, quite a matchup changer might be the 2-1-4 cancel into, or the gap with the meter burn nut punch, which will full combo punish him. So he's going to have to be very careful with what he goes for there. But that's pretty much the matchup. I think it's going to be risks and patience. I think I strongly think Vladi is going to make some really patient plays. But before we get stuck in, guys, don't forget to follow us and tweet us on Twitter following ESL and Mortal Kombat, and tweeting us using the hashtag MKX Pro League. We've been sharing out a whole bunch of your tweets throughout the night. Our lovely extra talent friend Spike has been going over your tweets throughout the night. Have you had any new tweets since the set has began?
We've had loads. I think that's probably one of the most prestigious gifts anyone could receive, is me reading a tweet out online for them, maybe.
Absolutely.
It's like,
I'm not
it's
sure
like
about that.
Christmas
That's a
and
bit
birthday
far-fetched.
at the same time.
It's not quite as prestigious
I
as
like
if
you. I like you. That's good. Perfect. Christmas and birthday. Right. So, YP Falcon is bringing on the puns right here, and this is probably this one is quite funny. Arzu, more like our zone.
I get it. I get
weak.
that.
It's weak. It is weak.
yeah, I understand the joke, but I just don't think, you know.
Yeah, so guys, those of you following us on Twitter, make sure that you are entering the raffle, because you can win Scorpion, esl.gg/MKXS3. And we'll be giving that away. We're into the semi-finals, guys. That is pretty cool, right?
Week 1 as well. Just to remind you guys, those of you that have joined us, and maybe, what is all this? What is this awesome backdrop with a scorpion in the middle? This is the ESL Mortal Kombat X Pro League, where basically we have a string of online tournaments every week for 8 weeks. You earn up to $1,000 of a prize pot each week for placing, and more importantly, the placement points. Over the course of 8 weeks, you will accumulate points for placing in these tournaments. The highest point earners by the end of the season will get sent to the Season 3 finals. They're going to play for $200,000 for playing Mortal Kombat X from home.
So right now, Dominic McLean, Sonic Fox, the American prodigy, can't call him a child prodigy anymore. He has finally turned 18. However, This guy has won Season 1 and Season 2 for MKX, and this could be the season he gets dethroned, or it could be his hat-trick. We are yet to see the American top 8, but I believe he made it.
And the Fatal 8.
And the Fatal 8, of course.
Well,
So
let's
he's won
not
a
forget.
phenomenal amount of money.
Let's not forget that the first ever documented match of Mortal Kombat X was me having the honour of being 5-0'd by Sonic Fox at the
I
Fatal
don't
8.
think the internet will ever let you forget that.
I will always, whenever I stream, I always have people join chat going, hey, you're the guy that lost to Sonic Fox. You're really bad. And it will never stop.
You're not the only one that they say that. There must be lots of people on the internet who say, hey, you lost to Sonic Fox. Sonic Fox beats everyone.
I mean,
That's what I'm trying to tell people.
To be fair, I've lost to Sonic Fox before, and I don't get it.
I've never
I'll get it now.
I've never lost to
'cause I've
Sonic
jinxed it,
Fox. I've never lost.
I mean, you've never given yourself the opportunity, though.
Well, that's true. If you never set a goal, you can never fail, right?
That's a good point. Aim
The
low.
words of wisdom from Spike.
Yeah, exactly. Or aim for the moon, and even if you
What
miss, you're still
amazing
in
advice
space.
to receive on the Pro League. Don't compete, guys, because then you'll lose. But if you never compete, you can never lose. So you can always claim you're the best.
Undefeated.
Best advice on the Pro League.
While we set up our next match, though, guys, bear in mind, thanks for being patient with us. We're just quickly setting up this next match and getting these guys in the King of the Hill ready to play. Here's a fun little statistic for you. Sonic Fox, in the space of 1 year playing Mortal Kombat X, has become the highest earning fighting game player on the planet of all time. He surpassed Daigo Umehara with 20 years of experience with other games, you know. He's surpassed players
I
like
assume
Kazunoko.
20 years. I don't know the exact amount. I know it's a damn long time.
Well, he's been playing since the originals. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's... But the fact is, Sonic Fox has become the highest earning fighting game player of all time through 1 year of Mortal Kombat X, and that doesn't include the $200,000 pot that this season is going to bring, that, let's be real, Sonic Fox is probably going to be a shoo-in for making the finals.
I mean, I would be very surprised if he's not at least in the season finals. He could lose this time. I believe there are some players coming out.
Get top 8 as well.
I do believe there are some players coming out of the woodwork that can bring it to Sonic Fox now, and this is the important one to do it because this is the biggest payout we've ever seen in the MKX Pro League. However, I mean, that is, without a shadow of a doubt, a life-changing amount of money that he's made in the space of a year. And if you guys at home want to take part, you can do it as well. Make sure you are getting registered for these free-to-enter weekly tournaments where even if you don't make the finals, you can have a shot at $1,000 every week. And not to forget our Challenger Cups through Xbox One and PS4, where you can play for money, just money by itself every week. And that Challenger Cup does span to CIS, Latin America, North America, and Europe. So there is all to play for this season.
On both the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4.
Oh.
Here's a fun little thing about the Challenger Cup. If you make ESL top 8 that week, you are unable to enter the Challenger Cup. So, if you play and you place top 32, top 16, but you don't quite get top 8, you can still enter these Challenger Cups to play for some cash. Not placement points, but you can still place for a nice amount of cash, even if you didn't get the top 8. So that's one of the benefits of doing the Challenger Cup, is if you don't make top 8 in ESL, you can still play for some money.
So at least you can do something without having to. I mean, to be fair, it's an online tournament. It couldn't be easier to sign up and take part. And if you're going to win some serious amount of money every week just for doing it, then why not?
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, even what we've seen in week 1, I mean, I'm really excited for not just the European League, but North America. So the North American top 8 sees, I believe, the return of Sonic Fox, the return of Scar, but also, here's the thing I'm really excited for. I hear that a Broodmother Devora player has made it into the top 8 of North America. Like a Broodmother specialist, a variation of Devora. We don't see Devora anyway, right? But we never see Broodmother. So, I mean, I'm really excited to see
Well, we saw Devora hype spotting.
But Honeybee only plays Swarm Queen, you see, and a little bit of Venomous, but he doesn't touch Broodmother. He thinks it sucks.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, I think we'll go back to some Twitterings. I mean, everyone's super supportive, but Captain Co-op has said, does the head on the giant scorpion statue wobble as well?
I really don't want to find out.
Do you want to climb up and test that?
I mean, that might make a video that I will never live down if something goes wrong.
Yeah, I don't think. I think Warner and NetherRealm would not like that to happen to their scorpion statue.
Poor scorpion.
Yeah, very good. And also we've got Dorian Hisse, who's super supportive. DLG1202 says this is the beginning of a great new season of MKX Pro League. Great matches, good production value, good job. So that's really nice. Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for the nice words, my friend. We're glad you're enjoying the show.
And Foxy Grandpa has said, please never read another Falcon tweet on Twitch.
Poor Falcon. Poor Falcon.
Get ketchup some Cowpole. I think you need more than Cowpole, guys.
I think I need an exorcism at this point, to be honest.
From the church.
We were thinking about doing this funny little gag, right? Where we go, welcome guys, welcome. I am ketchup. Muscle would go, I am dying. but we decided not to because it's week 1. You know, we don't want to.
That's almost as strong as Falcon's puns, guys.
Yeah, but I'm the king.
I'm the king of puns on the Pro League. I shouldn't be, but I am.
But Foxy guarantees that the real defenders of Europe will return next week.
Madzin, Nivek, and a Foxy Grandpa will all be entering.
But to be fair, that next week will be an interesting week because the CIS players, like Foxy said in his interview at the start, they are good. They know how to play this game. Russia has always had a incredibly passionate scene for Mortal Kombat ever since MK9, and I'm sure it dates back before even then, like MK Trilogy days. I'm pretty sure I used to see tournament footage from Russia. But we always have a lot of good things to say about the CIS players. And, you know, whenever we do streams or videos about them, we always have a lot of good things to say. And obviously, Sakron took out Foxy Grandpa at the season finals. La did really well in season 1 as well. Cheap Eddie did really well at Evo.
Eddie, man, I love that guy.
But next week, we see the return of Foxy being able to enter the Pro League, Madden being able to enter the Pro League, Nivek being able to enter the Pro League, all the rest of the UK players that were at Hype Spotting and couldn't make it will be able to enter. So it's going to be a bloodbath, I hope.
What was the thing that hindered Nivek, though, was the difference in netcode when he played Raiden. He wasn't confident in his execution, and let's not forget, for specifically difficult matchups, Nivek now plays Shirai Takeda to cover those matchups. But I do believe... Thank you very much for being patient, guys. We are good to go. We have Jidamanene and Vladdy7R in this lobby. They've locked in Hellfire Scorpion versus A-list Johnny Cage. We are good to go. Let's get this.
Now, both these players have guaranteed themselves a little bit of cash right now with this minimum 4th placing, but right now they want those points. Only one player will be able to walk away with 100 placement points this week, and they need it because 100 points from the get-go is going to put you in such a comfortable position moving into the league.
Your mockery is at an end.
I like listening to these intro dialogues. I like them a lot.
I
Johnny
hope,
Cage,
I mean,
got some cool
on the
ones
subject
added.
of DLC characters, if anyone ever plays a Kombat Pack 2 character on the Pro League, I hope we never see Johnny Cage skip dialogue with them because he has the best intro dialogue.
And he catches the cheeky reset on the forward 4. Jidamanene catching really good stuff. I was just about to say, using the Hellfire to try and catch a whiffed forward 3. I mean, that's normally quite hard normal to whiff punish because there's so much priority on it. Hitbox is superb. But I mean, wow, this round, he's going to go for the run cancel. And Vladdy, he can't afford.
Absolute destruction. Flawless victory, round 1. 66 seconds on the clock. Quite fitting.
I love the idea. I love the idea dedicating to... he committed to the 2-1-4 when he realized that Vladdy couldn't break because he didn't have the health to interrupt. Really smart play.
Now, that right there is epitomizing what this game is about. Round 1, perfect execution from Jidamunene. But round 2, he drops his first confirm and he lost all momentum, and now look what's happening. He's in the corner against A-List. Vladdy doing a really good job of just keeping him there right now. Already lost so much health. Wonderful confirm, no meter used. Jidamunene is just going to concede this round absolutely. Both players sitting on a full X-ray right now, and he's not going to waste it on a breaker.
So much pressure from both of these players, but it's just a game of momentum. Both of these characters can win a round off one touch. You know, we've seen the comebacks. Wow, very risky. Goes for the cancel teleport. Vladdy caught sleeping there, doesn't whiff punish and gets tagged by the down 3. Jidamanene lives to fight another day.
I think he needs to fight his way out of the corner because Scorpion not a character that's really known for his corner pressure, but Johnny Cage definitely so.
There was a lot of patience there from both players. I mean, I think Jidamanene was reluctant to go for the Hellfire in case Vladdy waited for it and whiff punished it. But at the same time, Vladdy was waiting for Hellfire. If Jidamanene went for a Hellfire just a little bit earlier, he would have caught it.
Oh, I switch out, jumped himself into the corner, really dangerous.
He baited the reversal there, didn't get it.
He has the Hellfire on. Oh, wow! That was quite risky from Vladdy, probably an input error.
Speaking of risky, that jump back, ever so slightly missing, has to break the combo. He has to, didn't quite have the stamina, but he is going to build it. Oh no, bad whiff. That's going to be game 1 going into Vladdy.
Wow.
Just like that.
Good stuff, though. I mean, really looking good to move into Grand Finals this week, but 2 games left to go. But Jidamanene is not taking this line down. I think he just has to be really careful at how he approaches to get out of this Johnny Cage pressure. Because
that's Johnny Cage, right?
But round 1 was all him. But as soon as he was put on the back foot, kind of as we anticipated at the start, he was not really approaching the Cage pressure the way you kind of need to. I mean, I know it's difficult because Cage is a complete monster in A-List, especially when you don't have the best armored options. I know Scorpion hasn't got brilliant armor, but at the same time, he does have it. I don't think you're going to be getting armor broke by Johnny Cage when it's the slide. I don't see Johnny Cage managing to armor break the slide.
It does low profile all day. Very hard to armor break that special move, but I mean, it's just a huge risk. It depends on whether Jidamanene caught by the forward 3. Very fortunate that Vladdy dropped that combo.
That was a nice slight step back to make it whiff punish with a forward 2. Good stuff from Vladdy, and has him cornered again already.
Jidamanene not respecting those plus frames at all. I think he's constantly trying to jump, and now Vladdy smells blood. Nice confirm. I don't really think I agree with that break. He's still in the corner again, and he's just caught pressing buttons. Nice teleport. This could be the start of something. Drops the combo. Catches the overhead though. Doesn't commit into spear. Goes for the teleport. Slightly harder to see coming. Oh, no!
No, heartbreaking drop, and that is going to take the round.
That sucks. That sucks quite hard. But unfortunately,
the biggest
Vladdy's
adjustment here, Vladdy's realizing that Jinmunene is he's just fishing for that low poke. As soon as he gets the time to just stick a short little limb out, he's doing it, and he's getting chewed up twice for it now.
Oh, tries to go for the confirm there. Ever so slightly whiffs the nut punch, but Vladdy putting on an absolute Johnny Cage clinic right now. So much run cancels, all of the jailing pressure. Jinmunene not respecting it. Caught by that forward 3 once again. One of the strongest normals in the entire game to run cancel. Oh, nice, good down 4. Patience there from Jinmunene, but just on the back foot completely.
I really don't think doing these slow normals is the answer against A-List and the neutral. Is just you're going to lose that forward 3 every time, and that is a clean game 2.
Vladdy has, to be honest, he actually is yet to seem remotely challenged in these matches. It really does remind me of Zarakamaka from Season 2, where this guy just turns up with this execution-heavy character and just overwhelms people. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. I would love to have seen how Vladdy's preliminary matches went. I mean, especially now the preliminary matches are 3 out of 5. I would have loved to have seen if the dominance was as strong off-stream, and where this guy is just a complete animal with Johnny Cage.
I'm just really happy with how this week's gone by so far, because no one likes seeing the same guy win every week, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, like, we love Foxy, he's our guy, we've been with him since the very beginning, but, you know, it's fun to stir the pot a little bit, and I think the CIS players might be what this league needed to really shake things up for Europe, especially when they get these points. But at the same time, Jinmunene could make a 3-game comeback, especially if he gets confirms like that, but no, he will drop it.
Speaking of confirms, a very unfortunate drop on that confirm of the Hellfire. Nice run cancel though, a lot of hits done on that forward 3, and his cancel execution is really strong. And he will turn everything into a restand. What comes next? Gets the down 400 run cancel, but Vladdy's scouting it, waiting for the low poke and just waiting for his turn to press a button.
Well, we're not really seeing Jinmunene go for the armored slide ever to really interrupt this pressure. I'm not sure if he just wants to save the bar, but he's always got quite a lot, because Vladdy is respecting these block cancels.
That was a fantastic jump kick, hit confirm, knowing that forward 3 is going to whiff. This will be a full combo with the teleport. That's going to take the round. I mean, he's on a lifeline right now, but I mean, they're both sitting on
5 more rounds like
bar.
that. Didn't use him any bar to do that. I mean, he's got a full meter stocked right now. Oh, meter
that was
kick.
Risky. Very risky right there.
Very fortunate to get under the NJP as well, but Vladdy going to get a nice confirm. Doesn't look like a lot of damage, but it's what it sets up for. Wow, that down 1, really brave stuff, but Vladdy gets tagged by it.
But I mean, once again, it was because Jinmunene just didn't respect those plus frames and got hit by a full standing 1. Oh, catches the low, not fuzzy guarding that string right there. It's low than overhead.
Oh, charges it to get the plus. Tries to read in the NJP, but will miss it.
Oh, catches the low. This could be what he needs.
He cannot drop the sequence. He needs to really make this count. At least get Vladdy's breaker out of him. Make him use it. No,
Drops
but he's going to do a fireball.
Very
no.
unfortunate. We talk about execution. He dropped his cancel, and it's going to cost him the round. I mean, hopefully he can recover from that. That kind of mistake can really throw you off, especially when it's match point against you. Got to get it together.
Oh, wow, there's a jump punch, but no, doesn't confirm into a full combo. Jinmunene keeps himself safe.
Again, not respecting those plus frames. Gonna eat a full combo for it.
Now, this is a miserable situation to be in. He has no bar to break. Stamina only just came back, but Vladdy has 2 bars. He's trying to charge that for the plus frames, but Jinmunene goes for a teleport, which will get cancelled, but still in the corner. Vladdy not letting him go anywhere right now.
Oh, and he didn't fuzzy it again. This could even be death. He has 3 bars to work with. That's going to be big damage. He's going to go for the plus frames, I think. And he tries to armor. Not going to work. Full hit confirm into X-ray, just to really put an exclamation point on this set. And that's it. Vladdy moves on.
He's in the corner. What's the combo after? Oh no, he doesn't combo.
He moves into Grand Finals completely uncontested. I mean, he has been dominant from start to finish.
And then the classic pit fatality to finish things off, moving himself into Grand Finals, where he's bagged himself a minimum, an absolute minimum of 75 placement points.
We will probably be talking about the placement points a lot more than the weekly cash and these Pro League points, because, I mean, the reality is, a $1,000 prize pool is fantastic. I mean, we can't complain about that. It's an amazing opportunity for these players. But the finals will pay $200,000. And if you're in Grand Finals in week 1, you've got a nice position for seeding. You've got a good amount of points. You've got a nice, healthy head start. And clearly, he is being dominant in his performance. Like, I would be very surprised if we didn't see this guy back every week. Because that Johnny Cage is seemingly quite unstoppable right now. We'll have to see what happens when the rest of the guys join this Pro League and see what happens when they clash. But, I mean, very, very
He's
strong
being very smart with his meter as well. That's one thing I have noticed about Vladdy is he's always got so much bar because he just doesn't need it to kill you. I know it's Johnny Cage, but at the same time, you know, he's not He's not doing too much counter pokes, so he's not going for the fishing for the nut punch too much. He's just so patient. He really is just trying to play completely in the neutral and trying to get his mark normally with, by playing footsies and making the most of this stagger pressure up close.
Oh, that was the costly mistake right there. I mean, it looked like he was onto something. But we talk about this all the time, don't we? These high execution characters that when your execution fails you and you mess up one of your run cancels, full combo punish, that's it. Full combo punish when you're on the back foot was not a great time to drop a combo. And Vladdy taking full advantage, and there we go, just catching it. There's the plus frames. He's going into X-ray anyway, because I'm pretty sure that would have chipped regardless. Just fantastic play from Vladdy. Not spending the bar on the combo, going for the guaranteed chip afterwards. The hallmarks of a character specialist. I've heard nothing but great things about this guy's cage, and he's just shown us that
this is clearly why, because he has a clear understanding of A-list, what makes him tick, just how to really put this to use, and here he is finding himself as our first grand finalist today.
So we are going to be setting up our next semi-final of the day, but Twitter, my friend, how has Twitter been going tonight?
Twitter is tweeting. It's very good, twittering away. I think what's interesting, actually, only one person's caught it, but you guys were telling me earlier that in the pit there used to be classic Easter eggs.
Yes.
Is that right? So I think I'm going to add an extra competition question on the night. Recently, some sort of an Easter egg was dropped into the pit behind us. If you know what that was, DM us, tweet us, let us know, and the first person to answer, I will send out a very special prize to that person, only for the eagle-eyed.
A pit Easter egg. I mean, that could have been... The pit has quite a lot of Easter eggs. You've got... Well, it's not just one thing, is it? And it's over multiple games.
That's these guys to find out.
Yeah. You guys don't know what it is, do you?
Don't think so.
That'd be good to see if
I actually don't know what you're... Yeah.
You don't know what I'm
My eyes are here, not there.
Guys at home, you'll know what it is, so DM us, tweet us if you know what it was, and we'll send out a special prize. Things are looking really good. I mean, everyone's talking about the matchups. Everyone's talking about Foxy and Sonic Fox since we last talked, actually, as well, and saying that Sonic Fox show... what is it? Nick 4 Trump says he can't wait to watch the Sonic Fox show. He can't wait... Sorry, I don't know what's wrong with me today. I can't wait to watch Sonic Fox show these newcomers what's up. So we've got a lot of Sonic Fox love on Twitter, as you'd expect. And we've also got some people saying that they'd like to see someone else win this year.
It's kind of a mix of both, really, because at the same time, Sonic Fox has been so phenomenally successful in just such a short space of time as well. Let's not forget, the kid won Injustice Evo, he won MK9 Evo before he even started his success with MKX. But MKX is really where it became, hugely profitable for another own player to be so successful. But he's done it with no excuses, with no complaining, and just a general really good attitude. Some call it arrogance, a lot call it confidence, but it's just the ability to use so many different characters that some were considered bad, some were considered good. He made them considered good for the most part.
So coming up next, we have our second semi-final, so it's going to be CIS versus CIS. Once again, we have Arzu and Sakron. Both these guys do play Katana. Sakron, known mainly as a Kung Jin. He does actually play a superb Katana, as you guys would have seen. And throughout the CS Pro League for Season 2, was also using a bit of Katana as well. Used Katana a couple of times at the Season 2 finals. But to be honest, his Kung Jin is actually where the main bulk of his results have actually come from. Using Kung Jin, where he would go Katana, and if it didn't work out, he'd go straight to Kung Jin, either Bojitsu or Shaolin, and do damage and win that set.
Well, Season 2 finals, literally that to a T. He started off with Katana, didn't go so well against Perfect Legend, very, very, very close. But he actually brought it back 2 games with Kung Jin. I believe it was Bojitsu he used against Perfect Legend, wasn't it? I'm sure it was Bojitsu.
Yes, it was Bojitsu Kung Jin. In that, basically, it depends on what he wants. I mean, we could very well see a Katana mirror match here. But if we don't see a Katana mirror match, we're probably going to see Kung Jin versus Katana. Or, maybe he's been playing a secret character. But here's the thing when CIS fights CIS. These guys are quite a closed, tight-knit community, right? They play each other all the time. So what we might see in this match, who knows? He's going straight into Kung Jin. He's not going to give him the mirror. It doesn't look like we're going to see... Now, the question is, what variation? Arzu's probably going to go Katana. Looks like he's thinking about it, but...
He actually is hovering over Combat Pack 2. Really? Could we see... Or is he just teasing right now? Cassie Cage. We did see Arzu play Cassie Cage at some point in Season 2, I believe.
We did indeed. Maybe he doesn't like the... Well, it's because of range on limbs and mobility, right? Maybe
but
that's
Sakuran's
why
also picked Bojutsu again.
50-50s,
I would love to be able to ask these guys as to why they pick these variations that we never see anymore. I mean, and obviously Hollywood Cassie is a different story, but Bojutsu Kung Jin, Sakuran is this phenomenal Kung Jin player, but seemingly just picks this variation out of nowhere, and he always has so much success with
catching that flip kick, full combo. Now, this is one of the reasons Sakuran opts to go for Bojutsu. He loves playing Shaolin as well, but if he's not really getting the neutral tools that Shaolin offers, and he's just hitting loads of 50-50s or highs and low, or overhead and low mix-ups that Bojutsu has quite a few of, he will basically opt to Bojutsu just to cash out damage. And the question is, he's going for the standing one. Nice step back into that back one, just catching that button press and standing too far out of range to be punished himself.
Wow, and as soon as Arzu decided to delay his wake up, he did seal his fate. That down one, gonna take it. Nice patience on Sakuran just to stay in his face, waiting for the delay wake up. Because obviously once you delay your wake up, you can no longer wake up attack.
Oh, and he's going to get the nice armor chew up there. Nice hit confirm, full combo. Bojutsu still does very respectable damage meterlessly. 33%, just like that.
Nice, oh wow, nice wake up flip kick.
Kung Jin, kind of notoriously hard to anti-air, but Arzu finding a way. The step back again, not ready for the hit confirm. Or he just, a slight excuse there. Nice up one for the anti-air.
That dive kick just to make it. Capture 29%. Sakuran completely controlling the pace of this game so far.
Oh, wow. What was that?
Yeah.
Oh, jump back dive kick. Now, Sakuran just knows. He knows when to press a button as Kung Jin. You can tell, like, the amount of time he's played this character. The question is, are we going to see Arzu go straight to Katana now?
I don't think we'll see Cassie again. He didn't seem very comfortable. I know it's definitely not something he plays, on a regular basis in the Pro League. He has pulled it out before, but it's not something he goes to often. It's definitely not as much as we see him go Katana. Maybe now we'll see him go to the Combat Pack 2 pick. No, he was straight to Katana.
He was hovering over Triborg. We might see him go for a surprise Triborg pick if this also doesn't work out. Sometimes when you fight someone, like, it's just a matchup that you just don't like, Sometimes your characters just can't hang with a specific matchup. So sometimes it's very common for players to basically pick up a new character just for that.
I mean, it does sound difficult to learn multiple characters at a competitive level, but if you can put the time in and be able to reap the benefits, you never have to play a bad matchup. If you know enough characters and you cover the cast enough with your choices, if you never have to play a bad matchup, you'll be surprised just how much easier you'll make life for yourself in a competitive setting. But at the same time, the downside is it is quite a lot of effort to learn multiple characters.
He's caught by that standing back. I mean, it's not even that Arzu is getting hit by the overhead and low mix-up. Excuse me, sorry. It's almost like he's taking a step back to bait a poke. So when Arzu brings that poke, that's when you get caught, Just like that.
Sakuran just absolutely mauling Arzu right now, just not letting him breathe, just getting in and staying in until the match is over. Now making the hard reads with the up arrow.
I mean, there's a lot of range on those strings. Nice counter poke with that safe mix-up. Catches the... and there we go. There's the mix-up. Immediately after enforcing that I'm not afraid to go for that forward 3, which is mid-overhead, goes straight in for the forward 3 into the low strike.
I like how we see him go to the meter burn low, because obviously in the corner that can launch. So basically turns it into Shaolin's mix-up in the corner if you use the bar.
Absolutely. Sakuran just all over Arzu right now. Ready for the jump in. Not quite ready for the anti-crossup. I mean, that's always the risk against fighting Raw Stormers. Tries to get the poke on the NJP. Doesn't quite get it, but I think too far away to punish. I wonder how punishable the NJP is on the way up now, seeing as they made that adjustment.
Let's go watch out. Oh, wow. And that absolute ultimate read from Sakuran. Just that really slow, quite frankly, terrible projectile just thrown out perfectly.
I am digging this Bojutsu pick. I am really impressed with this Bojutsu pick because he's got the range, he's got the whiff punishability, he's got safe armor for if you want to disrespect those frame traps, good punish for meterless damage so you can save your meter on those reversals.
Bojutsu just plays Mortal Kombat X very well. You know what I mean?
Of course. But it's the air projectile that Sakuran used right there. He saved it until the last minute just to control that airspace. You can't jump around and throw fans if that airborne projectile is there. Now, Arzu going for the cosplay costume. I like that one. I like that one a lot. I mean, we know he's gone back to Cassie, but I want to talk about those costumes.
I mean, I like the idea. Can we also talk about how Chrome finally made his way into the game?
Chrome confirmed via the Jackie Briggs Player 2 recolor.
To a degree.
To a degree. I mean, it's not really Chrome, it's Jackie. Dressing up as Chrome. But, hashtag Chrome. Oh, catch is good. Block there. I mean, that could have been a low. Nice counter poke once again on the safe armor. Wow, game 1 repeating itself almost immediately. That's exactly what happened in game 1.
At this point, I'm just not sure if I can see Sakuran losing this set. He's just in so much aggressive control, just non-stop.
Arzu just needs to turn the momentum in any way he can. I know it's easier said than done, but he's just getting mauled right now. Sakron's just waiting, he's reacting, he's just all over him. He's in his head as well, and that he's stepping back to bait a button press, and that button press is always coming. Like, Sakron knows exactly when Arzu wants to press a button. Oh, tries to do it again. Nice read on Arzu, though, waiting for the overhead and catches it. That's going to be a full combo. He's not going to drop this one. However, this has been changed. Catches the jump. I mean, Sakron is going to go down, but that was one of the changes to Cassie Cage. You can no longer nut punch when the opponent is high up in the air to get more than intended plus frames on that nut punch.
But Arzu manages to get his first round on the board. If he can do 5 more, he can win the set, but he has his work out for him, and he is stuck at Hollywood. So even if he manages to win the game, Sakron is going to have the benefit to change if he wants to.
That's a full combo punish. One of the strengths of Cassie's back one. Kept chasing down those unsafe, but a lot of pushback moves. Oh no, tries to press a button. Nice hit confirmed from Sakron. Good damage. He's going to go for the hard knockdown. One of the changes that the CIS and Kung Jin players specifically go for. The hard knockdown on that string to maintain pressure on Waker.
Trying to jump out. I'm not sure it's going to quite work.
1-1-1. What's the mix-up afterwards? A lot of patience waiting for the nut punch. It doesn't come. Tries to whip punish the NJP. Still alive. Oh no, nice conversion. Sakron steals that round away and finds himself on match point.
I think Arzu's just, he's not, I understand 50-50s are 50-50s, but he's trying to backdash at situations you can't backdash. He's getting caught by wayward jump-ins, so it's not even 50-50s. He's just straight up getting hit, and it's hurting him so much.
He gave up a lot of life in that round. It was all him. I mean, it was looking really good for him.
Max range overhead, wow, and Sakron's going to go for the splat.
Oh,
and a wonderful read.
He just waited for that. He waited for the flip kick, saw it, nice anti-cross up, but he's got a mountain to climb right now. Commits into the overhead. I respect the attempt. I massively respect that attempt, but it just doesn't work out. In that situation, if he got the 50-50, it'd have been in a great situation. He wanted to save the bar. He didn't want to commit and spend his only bar, because once you got the hit, I mean, you could have done the meter burn flip kick to be safer. But then what do you do after you've landed the hit? I think he committed to the meterless 50-50, and on hit would have gone in for meter burn nut punch, and then would have established more pressure, because the meter burn nut punch was
basically do or die situation. Either go for the vortex, like basically live and die by the vortex. If he blocks it,
we've seen a lot of that today.
If he gets it, maybe you can turn this one around.
We've seen that a lot today. People that they basically, it's make or break plays. You know, these risky but, to be honest, calculated decisions where you can see it, and even if it doesn't work out, your brain will tell you, I know why they made this decision. It just didn't work, you know. So huge congratulations for Arzu. I mean, all the CIS guys and Jinmanene that have made the top 4 this week and have proved that they are serious. They are no slouches. They are not slouches.
Going out in top 4 is not really that bad, though, because we see players make season finals on consistency quite a lot. I mean, let's be real. In Season 1, we in Europe had Fasol make season finals on basically nothing but 4th place finishes for the majority of the league. Undead Jim managed to make it for Season 2. He didn't win any weeks, but he had a lot of consistency. So if these guys can keep this up, I would say maybe it can happen again in Season 3, but I think this season is going to be so much harder.
I agree.
I think to make it, you're going to need at least a Grand Finals placing.
I think potential, I guess, stragglers, people that kind of make it by the fine line of points. I just don't see that really happening in Season 3. Now CIS and EU are combined. Because all it's done is, it's expanded on the player base, but what it's also done is it expanded on the amount of really good players that are going to be able to enter this one league, which, as you can see, is making for some insane top 8s. Like, with Sakron just showing us why Kung Jin is still strong, but not with Shaolin. I know everyone plays Shaolin Kung Jin. Sakron has put so much time into the character. He's playing Bojutsu, you know, a variation that everyone just dropped. You know, about a few months after the game came out, everyone plays Bojutsu. Bojutsu gets nerfed, and everyone stops. But Sakron continues.
But then, yeah, at the same time, people will pick Shaolin for the standing 350-50 launcher, which he does get in Bujitsu in the corner as well. He gets the meterless damage.
There's that 50-50 right there, spending the bar, but you choose your poison when you fight Kung Jin. I mean, do you take the splat? Do you take the splat of one of the options, or forever, or do you finally try and get that read on where the 50-50's coming, try and block it, guess wrong, and get full comboed for your troubles, just like we saw there? I mean, that's the strength of Kung Jin. Very safe, although, to give Sakron his props, Shaolin is the safe variation. Bojutsu is actually, if you don't hit confirm, very unsafe as a variation. But Sakron is on point with seeing those strings connect and hit confirming into the uppercut to get the damage. He's not just doing it. And that's what really separates a fantastic Kung Jin player from an average player. You know, you have to be on point with your hit confirms, especially when you use Bojutsu.
So this will mean that our first Grand Finals of Season 3 of the MKX Pro League is going to be a CIS versus CIS playoff. Wow.
Very impressive. Absolutely very, very impressive. It's going to be Vladdy versus Sakron. I mean, I've actually never seen these guys play before, so it's going to be very exciting. Kung Jin, I mean, we'll talk about this matchup when we're back, but I mean, Kung Jin versus Johnny Cage. I think Kung Jin could do fine. Good pokes, good safe armor, good, space on the normals as well.
I think it depends completely on if he even plays Kung Jin, though, because we know he has a good katana. I don't know.
Johnny Cage versus katana, though? Low profile down forward.
I'm not sure. That's what I mean. Like, in theory, it sounds bad for Cage, but we see Cage do well in it, especially in CIS. So I'm not even sure which character he's going to be pulling out.
Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
We're back at social.
Sakron Blur, what a game. See, Falcon, you're not the only person who can lay down some excellent puns.
I wish he was.
I'm so angry right now.
So, hey guys, social's saying, P&D Ketchup, make more jokes, please.
I am king, but I'm too ill to make jokes right now.
So guys, thanks for everyone who's been tweeting us and following us and entering the raffle as well. No one has got the Easter egg yet. It was an Easter egg specific to this show. Nothing to do with the level in the game or anything like that, specific to this show. So you may or may not get it. But that is the end of our semi-finals. And I guess we've got a break to go to, right?
I believe so. And when we come back...
One more set.
When we come back, we have one set left of the European side of the Pro League, guys. It will be Sakron versus Vladdy, Johnny Cage A-List versus presumably Kung Jin, but we could be wrong. But definitely, you guys do not want to miss this. This is going to be an important week to kick things off, so don't you go anywhere.
Peggy 18.
The Mortal Kombat champion,
I've defeated each of you before.
but never all of us together.
Triborg. An advanced model of the Lin Kuei Cyber Initiative, Triborg embodies the skills of the deadliest ninja assassins in cyborg form. A streamlined metallic armored body with appearance modification features, propulsion and teleportation, plus a high-tech arsenal of rockets, nets, saws, ice, smoke, and a trident. Triborg can customize and replicate fighting styles with calculated perfection across 4 variations.
Triborg fears no one.
In the smoke variation, utilize overwhelming mix-ups to keep your opponent guessing. After a deadly vapor combo, drag your opponent to you with Trident, back forward X. Use Smoke Cloud, down back X, to teleport your opponent into the air and continue the pressure. End your combo with Metal Heal, and keep up the onslaught with a mix-up. Take advantage of every hit. Amplify the damage with Tricution, and control your opponent's stage position with the combo finisher, Air Smoke Storm.
You will be incinerated.
Punish your opponent through patient spacing with the Sector variation. Homing Missile, down back Y plus right trigger, is a safe opening allowing Triborg to close the distance. Fire a volley of Havoc missiles, then use Teleport Uppercut, down back B. After knockdown, follow up with a lock-on missile to set up your next engagement. Maintain spacing with Force Sensor and extend your combos with Teleport Slam. Burn through your opponent's armored attacks with Flamethrower.
Weapons locked.
Take control of the engagement with the Cyrax variation. Trap your opponent with Net, back forward X, followed by a mix of hover bombs and single strikes for an explosive combo. Shift your stage position with Shrapnel Port, down forward B plus right trigger. After opening up your opponent with Quick Buzz, fire a net and lay down a minefield of punishment with hover bombs.
out.
In the Cyber Sub-Zero variation, Triborg gains tools to augment his freezing abilities, increasing situational adaptability. After dropping a far ice bomb, down forward Y, push your enemy back with an air far dive kick and stay on the offensive. After opening with the Seek and Destroy mix-up and maximizing your combo, summon a drone, down down A, on knockdown. Up to 3 drones may be summoned and are used to buff a variety of combos and special attacks. While having a similar set of basic attacks, Triborg's arsenal varies greatly across each Cyborg variation. Smother with the elusive smoke, rain hellfire from above with Sector, hunt down and trap your enemies with Cyrax, or lock down and chill your foes with Cyber Sub-Zero. Give your opponent a heads up about the Cyber initiative with an X-Ray finisher. And show your enemy that teamwork makes the dream work with the brutality.
Target heavily damaged.
Triborg wins.
Upgrade to the advanced Lin Kuei Cyber Ninja Assassin, Triborg.
Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Ketchup
And I am Mustard.
and you are watching the Grand Finals for Week 1 of Season 3 of the Mortal Kombat X Pro League presented by ESL.
Scorpion's a little bit on fire, it seems.
It is a bit, well it's natural really, isn't it?
I guess it makes sense.
We couldn't really get him on fire otherwise, it's dangerous. But going into our next match, it's a CIS versus CIS finals. This may have not surprised some, may have surprised others. Depends on what region you pay the most attention to, I think. The CIS players have always been so strong in the game. And for those of you that would, during Season 1 and 2, would tune in to watch the CIS Pro League back in the day, you would see that these guys do have very strong gameplay. However, today, and with ESL Season 3, the EU and CIS leagues are combined. So basically it's a free-for-all. And today has shown that with Dupe and Storm both being taken out round 1. And the CIS players just reigning supreme today. None other than Vladdy, I think, was the most dominant player, closely ahead of Sacron. Sacron versus Lord Spinal. I don't know. I think Sacron has been playing really well as well, but Vladdy has just been a machine. He's just been in your face, all over you, full damage, jailing all day. Like, he has probably, I think, been the most impressive. But
It's
Sacron
really hard.
as well.
It's just really hard to judge because neither of our Grand Finalists today have dropped a game on their way to Grand Finals. They've both bagged themselves a minimum 75 points, which is a big deal. Because let's not forget, guys,
It's a hell of an early start.
only a few players can make it to the season finals, and you need points to do that. And if you can bag yourself 100 points every week, 75 points every week, 50 points, as long as you are getting these chunky numbers, you are going to give yourself a chance to play for that $200,000 prize at the end of the season finals. But getting 100 points, 75 points in week 1 is a damn good way to start it.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. Grand Finals have a $200,000 prize pot. It's the quality of play is higher than it ever has been before. We have the Challenger Cups for those that don't make top 8s throughout the week for the extra cash, and it is more important now than ever to make sure that your gameplay is as on point as it's ever been. Like, no doubt about it. So much cash to play for right now, and it's going to be CIS versus CIS. Vladdy 7R playing A-list Johnny Cage versus Sacron, who plays both Kung Jin and Katana.
And Lord knows who else, considering KP2 came out. I mean, I am wondering when we're going to see our debut of some DLC in the Pro League.
Probably not this week. I don't know. It depends on if it's just not working out and someone goes for like a surprise DLC pick. I don't think we'll see Combat Pack 2 today. I think these guys are going with their mains. The question is how much they play each other.
Speaking of which, Sacron has actually opted to go for Gunslinger Aaron Black.
He does play Aaron Black though. He has actually won. Sacron has won some of the Season 2 weekly tournaments with Aaron Black. Like, he's done it before.
Man, I mean,
there is reason behind this pick, I'm sure.
Again, it sort of just goes by what we've said many times before, that if you are good enough as a player, fundamentally, to play multiple characters at a really high competitive level, then you give yourself the luxury of playing matchups that you favour and never really having to put yourself at a disadvantage.
Maybe off to an amazing start, though, with that full hit confirm. Nice command grab, but it did cost a bar. No more defensive options. Does get the 50-50, but no bar to convert off it.
But considering the amount of Johnny Cage players, or I guess Cage family in general, we see from CIS, there's no way that Sakron isn't ready for this matchup, so I'm sure there is quite a big reason as to why we've seen the Gunslinger pick, but right now Vladdy just making him pay right now in the corner, not letting him out.
We are seeing some matchup familiarity, though, from Sakron. Interrupting certain things, not letting certain moves come out on block, but Vladdy still all over him. Let's not forget that Erron Black's defensive game is not the strongest in the planet, so the very quick, consistent armor breaking of Johnny Cage, I mean, that's gonna have a good time versus Erron Black, for sure.
Gets that down 4. Whoa, you gotta respect that. And there's the breaker just to get him away. Sakron's just gonna try and build some of that stamina back. Nice zoning going in, not doing too much damage, but chipping out bit by bit. Building quite a lot of bar as well right now.
Nice read there from Sakron, backing off, just getting some zoning established, not opting to go for the command grab, tick grabs.
Oh, guesses right on the 50-50. Vladdy doing well for himself, but still has a breaker available, but so down on life. I'm not sure if we're gonna see him use it in this round.
I definitely think that Sakron's quite reluctant to go for the constant chip bullets, because I don't know how Johnny Cage can really get around that. Oh, what was that?
Oh, wow, catches him with the overhead, point blank.
Sakron still alive. Nice
wow,
read.
That read.
Was a read and a half right there. Sakron taking a round off Vladdy. One apiece.
That was a really good round, but Vladdy, again, being really conservative with his meter, really not wanting to use it too much just yet.
Oh, tries to Addy cross up, doesn't quite get it. I think he tried to low profile, but that jump in on Erron Black, very strong. Here comes the zoning from Sakron, building that meter all day. Not necessarily using it to zone, but if he gets tagged trying to run in, he's going to have a breaker available to send the opponent full screen again.
Just keep himself safe, but Sakron doing so much damage. Vladdy looking really on the ropes right now. Going to get cow drop situation, but no, just goes straight for the grab to get some damage.
There's that meter bent for the plus frames. Tries to back off, goes in, challenges the forward 3. This could be it. Gets the down 1. That's going to chip. Sakron takes game 1. The first time Vladdy has lost a game all top 8.
And it's the first, well, one of the first times you saw him drop literally anything at all.
You can tell that these two guys are the most deserving this week. I mean, they're playing so well. Vladdy seemed unstoppable. But here comes Sakron with a surprise gunslinger pick, evidently because he wants to zone and he wants to have the reversal if he needs it.
But it's just about how you approach these opponents, because like Vladdy has done what Sakron just did to him to literally everyone else he's fought so far.
Overwhelming,
today.
but not with rushdown, with zoning instead.
But if I was to watch that match right there, and you weren't to tell me this was Grand Finals, I would have assumed that it was just another match, because Sakron just made complete short work of Vladdy.
Yeah, I mean, Vladdy's definitely in his position where he can pull it back. He's saving all of his meter for breakers. I mean, he's not spending his meter on anything, which I think is a good call as a Johnny Cage player for sure.
Oh, nice stagger
by the overhead, nice stagger, and once again doesn't spend the bar, he saves it just in case he gets tagged. Nice read on the low. Oh, delayed jump just to try and catch him with the overhead.
Oh, nice delay, trying to bait out a nut punch, I think.
That's respect. Like, that is showing the opponent respect once you literally sit there and let them cancel the stance and press a button. That is so minus, but when you establish that and you put the fear in the opponent, you get that kind of creative rushdown freedom.
Now, this is not something we've seen Vladdy do up until this point. We have not seen him go to these armored reversals with a nut punch before now. But I'm not sure. I don't think it's panic because it is working for him. I think maybe he was just saving it for an opponent that he had to seriously respect.
Nice conversion there from Vladdy. Oh no, good read from Sakron with that buffed fast command grab. Oh no, that's gonna be chip. Oh no,
he would have survived, but he just let go of block after the jumping punch on block.
I don't think he was respecting that 1-1.
Front and Vladdy back in the room, so in a few moments we will be getting underway again.
Let's keep our fingers crossed that Sakron's in there does not decide to die again.
Alright, I believe the set is now 1-1. We'll get some confirmation as soon as we can for you guys, but considering Sakron left, I assume the set's now gone to 1-1.
Well, Sakron was the one that disconnected, so it would make sense for the game to go to Vladdy for that one.
Yeah, we're just gonna run the routines, I suppose. Get into AFK, get the room ready to go again.
You could almost say check the tapes.
Check the tapes.
Check the tapes.
That could work.
I reckon it's still going to be Sakron. I think Sakron. Erron Black versus Johnny Cage. I mean, it was very even when these guys played. They're quickly doing their button checks. They're currently doing their button checks right now, so we'll get that game to you as soon as possible.
But I think we've just heard that it's 2-0.
Okay.
So actually, the game it was an issue on our end, and the game did play out, and the score is 2-0.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. So they actually continue to play the match.
Correct. Yes.
Well then, that is totally fine. And in many ways better if they can continue to play the match. Sorry guys, you couldn't see it. Saccron won it. So you can understand
I mean, to be fair, like it is the lesser of two evils. Like for at least them to be able to finish the match. I mean, it does suck not being able to watch the rest of it, but at the same time, the fact that the match did still play out and they weren't hindered from the match finishing, and obviously they can honestly report the scores, which is good.
Results, and that's it. Props to the guys for being honest as well, not keeping anything.
So I love the FGC, man. There's a lot of codes of honor that a lot of people, not everyone, of course, but you know, there a lot of people do stick by.
Cyrax resets in MK9.
So I think my favourite tweet's just come in, guys. My favourite tweet of the evening is from Reg Higgs, who says, "Want to hear the real joke? Spike's ability to iron a shirt."
Damn.
So
that was a savage burn.
I know.
You'd hate to see my shirt.
I should have dropped in a your mum joke there, but I didn't.
we are above that.
You can't make me laugh, Spike. I'm too ill. Right, final game, potentially, of our grand final. Saccron versus Vladdy 7R. Aaron Black versus A-List once again. Now, Saccron's been, that risky reversal. Speaking of risky reversal, straight in with the meatburn command grab, just to challenge that.
Saccron just, both players just want to completely deny all momentum from the other player right now. Just armor into armor into armor, just like that. 3 back-to-back.
That's something the CIS players seem to do. You know, that's what I was about to say. The CIS players do that a lot, where they take a small step back and go for some kind of advancing mid or overhead to chew up a low poke.
They just want to make your poke whiff so they can fully punish you for it. They know that a lot of tendencies is to just think, okay, you've pressed your button, now it's my turn, and they want to make that button whiff so they can fully punish you for it.
Oh, tries to go for the anti-cross up. Good block on the overhead from Saccron. Caught by the full string. I mean, he's got to watch out. Meterburn, flip kick on reaction. Bad whiff. Full combo from Vladdy. Taking round 1 of game 3.
Hope someone got a shot of that. Round 2. Fight.
There's that very difficult to deal with projectile there. 2 mids. And you can't see them either, so it's all about timing. Oh, nice reversal. Very unsafe on block. Speaking of unsafe on block, goes in with the meatburn shadow kick once again. Not unsafe on block, but you can make it whiff. So if you get a good read on that shadow kick, you can neutral crouch it and full combo punish it as normal.
Oh, does make it whiff.
That was almost a bad jump in.
It does seem to be that Vladdy's option to anti-cross up isn't to punish it. He just wants to make it whiff completely so he can at least get some block pressure on. I quite agree with that.
Keep it in full screen. Good. Oh, that's a good option. I mean, just zone him out. Don't give him the chance to go in and apply those cancels.
Wow.
Tournament point for Saccron in very decisive fashion.
Looking to take himself as the #1 European seed right now.
I guess we can't even say EU right now. It's CIS and EU. I mean, do we have a name for that? International seed. How about that?
Of course.
Good zoning right there from Sack. I mean, it's just very risky. The second Vladdy tries to go in with the forward 3 to challenge the projectile. Eats a sand grenade.
He's just setting up this complete wall of just defense and reads. He's just completely all over the place right now.
Really nice. Hit confirmed. Catches the low. That's going to be the tournament. Saccron 3-0 over Vladdy 7R. Fantastic play from Vladdy 7R, but Saccron absolutely the man of the tournament. Taking this and actually not dropping a single game throughout the entire top 8. That is what you call dominant fashion.
Now,
no
considering
doubt
Saccron is the player that defeated Foxy Grandpa at Season 2 Finals, that's normally what we see Foxy do, taking the entire tournament without dropping a single game. Do you think Saccron could be the Foxy killer of Season 3?
I call that a message, personally. I mean, week 1, dominant fashion. No one stood a chance against this guy, and it's because he played multiple characters. Katana, Kung Jin, we know he plays Bojutsu and Shaolin, and also Aaron Black. We've seen him win tournaments with Outlaw, but this time he goes in for Gunslinger. So it's just matchup knowledge, character knowledge, and just ability to play the game at the highest level made him our champion today. Fantastic play.
Really good stuff all around. I'm pretty sure we've got some replays lined up for you guys. I mean, just very dominant, very dominant. Didn't drop a single game. Used different characters all around. I mean, this is from an earlier set, but I mean, again, the same. You can just see this. This was when he played Kung Jin. He's used Katana, Kung Jin, and Aaron Black. I mean, I completely forgot he had an Aaron Black.
I mean, it's easy because he hadn't really used Aaron Black in tournament until since I believe it was actually week 1 of the CIS Season 2 Pro League, where he won that tournament with Aaron Black, but then basically didn't use him again at any point after that. But he's clearly been scrubbing up on his Aaron Black, and Gunslinger, I mean, that's a dangerous character if you're good at the game. Sonic Fox proves that. Saccron proves that. You don't see many Aaron Blacks out there these days, but if the matchup is right, Gunslinger has a really good place in this game, I think.
I mean, he's showing exactly why. I mean, again, Gunslinger is a very I would say very up-close variation, but he has got those options, those mid-projectiles from far away with the standoff stance. He has great chip damage options, great zoning options, but he has all the good up-close stuff that you would normally pick Aaron Black for. He's got the universal 50-50s, he's got the command grab. You have to be very careful, and he's got the slide for the knockdown to whiff punish anything mid-screen if he wants to. So I think just a really smart pick, especially against A-List, that wants to press buttons at that mid-range, which is also a range that Aaron Black can kind of contest himself.
I think that was a really smart pick. Like I said, every single character pick Sakron has used so far has been for good reason. The second he picked Outlaw versus Vladdy's A-List, you just know he's picked it once again for good reason. There's strong choices that he made right there. It's just helped him, you know. And I'd be very surprised if we didn't see this guy back every top 8, unless he gets taken out by a killer early on.
So, huge congratulations to all of our top 8 places today. Best of luck to everyone who enters this week for next week's top 8. I mean, they've set a good foundation, the CIS players, for really being the top seeds in the league so far. Before we wrap things up, do we have any cool things on the Twitter to wrap the show up with?
I don't think we're going to top the ironing shirt tweet. So, just to thank everyone who tweeted us, who's entered the raffle, and who used the hashtag MKX Pro League. Guys, it's been a pleasure to be on your show. Thank you so much for including me this week. It's been lovely to join the team. Thank you very much.
That's pretty much it from us. I mean, before we go, let's not forget, not only do we have the ESL Top 8, but we have the Challenger Cup. Challenger Cup takes place on Saturdays for EU, CIS, North America and Latin America. On both Xbox One and PS4. They don't give you placement points, and if you get top 8 for that week, you will be unable to enter the Challenger Cup. So these guys, think of it this way. The guys that have made top 8 this week, you go, man, I'm never going to beat them. You can play in the Challenger Cup, you won't have to play them, and you can get some money.
Exactly. Just
apart from I would be careful, because I'm pretty sure Foxy and Madsen will enter that.
Probably, but you know, I mean, what's competition without a little bit of difficulty? That's kind of the point, really.
Sakron's going to be a serious contender, and you know, no doubt about it. I'm looking forward to casting more on this set. I like this set a lot.
Well, I hope you guys and girls at home enjoyed the show. Please do tune in later on when we have the North American Top 8, where we'll find out if Sonic Fox can continue his reign of dominance in NA. I'm sure he has a good chance of winning, but there are a lot of exciting players to watch later on. Thank you guys for joining us. We have been Ketchup and Mustard. A huge thanks to all the ESL UK team for making this week 1 such a success for us. It's been really good fun. We're really looking forward to having the rest of the season from this studio. And thanks very much, guys. We'll see you guys next time.